Okay.
Hello and welcome to Critical 20. Today we are back. We have a new face here at the players table.
Hi, my name is Christian. I'm Vishgar, Paladin.
What's a Vishgar?
It's a name.
Okay.
I'm Vishgar. It's me.
Oh, okay.
So
I'm a Vishgar.
So we have our giveaway for the D20 ring. If you're interested in it, email me at critical20dnd@gmail.com. I'll put that in the description box below with the subject line of giveaway. We will be giving this away on the 6-month anniversary. Well, when we celebrate the 6-month anniversary of Critical 20 within the next few weeks. Still planning that. Okay. So when we left off, you were in the city of and you and the rest of the party had just killed the Shadow Blade, the leader of the Zentarum of the city of Velte. Veriel said that she was not fit to rule and that she would rather stay with you, stay with the party. Lord Radam came to your aid to help you kill the Shadow Blade. And you found out he was a servant of Vecna, the god of evil secrets.
The person that makes superhero clothes.
Most of the fires in the city have gone down due to the rain of last night. You all look like a bunch of vagabonds.
How dare you?
No, they look like a bunch of vagabonds. They went tromping around in the sewers.
You kind of do.
They literally went tromping around in the sewers.
I don't know what vagabond
Okay.
is. Okay, fine. My hands over there.
So,
Need to look this up. How do you spell vagabond?
Vagabond.
so you see them going out of the city, and there's a person with them who looks remarkably similar to what you've heard descriptions of the princess.
Oh.
Granted, she looks in a terrible state of disarray, probably from lots of traveling and stuff like that, but...
Okay. So I run up to them.
And just to show you, you're right there.
Oh, nomadic, yeah. That's what
Okay, cool. So I run up to them, like, hey, Vishgar, nice to meet you.
They smell awful.
Ah, goodness gracious, boy, heck store. What's that smell?
Do you really want to know?
I take that back. I don't want to know. Vishgar, nice to meet you.
And who are you?
I'm Vishgar. My name is Vishgar. I'm a paladin. Quite famous.
No.
Actually, technically, yes, you would be quite famous. You're technically level 1 to 4 masters of the realm. So you'd be quite well known in Telkator. However, they have rarely been to Telkator.
So I've never heard
But
of
you
you.
have.
They have spent
Yeah,
most of their
just rarely.
time in the Slate Hills and in Malar. And a little bit in Alamoran. They've only been to Telkator once.
Have you never been to Telkator?
Twice.
And,
Take it back.
Telkator?
Well, no, over here.
Well, I know that's part of the. There you go.
Technically true, but...
I am a bit thick-headed, but I'm famous. No?
I keep walking out.
Whatever. Anyways, that girl with you, she looks awfully familiar. To a certain princess?
I'm sorry, who?
The princess's name is Princess Verial.
Oh, I know this. I'm just.
No, I'm telling him.
Oh, I can't think of
Because he would know that.
I've been looking for a princess
that. Okay.
who looks just like her.
That she's all non-princess-like.
Well,
She's all muddy.
yeah.
Yes, you see someone
Sure,
who looks
muddy.
Like that looks
We'll
good.
go with that.
You see someone who looks like somewhat like a peasant.
Pretty much.
You're calling her
But
princess.
still in what can be seen in places a white dress. Dress isn't very white anymore, but in some places it is still white.
Yeah, hard to see.
And white is a hard color to come by.
Almost as if royalty wears them.
Oh, by the way, as a
Get out of my way. You there.
Yes?
I'm Vishgar. Surely you've heard of me.
Please be no.
I've heard of you before. In
Finally!
passing.
Somebody knows me. Like this, whatever he is.
Also, there's a giant half-orc lady with you. A regular human.
Do you want me to give?
And a short human.
You want the description?
Of you?
No.
Okay.
You're going to party right
I can. There's a tall half-orc lady.
Yes.
With a child on her back.
now. Yes.
Okay.
There.
Why would you bring your child on adventures?
It's a long story.
No.
There is a. There's a little bit of a shady-looking human. A little bit shady.
Which one is he?
He's a gnome. He's really short. And there's also a shorter
Oh.
human. And then there's him.
You're not about the size, like their size of sitting.
Oh.
He's.
Well, you've heard of me. I've been looking for you.
For what purpose?
Oh, what was that purpose again? I can't remember. But I was looking for you.
Alright.
We have to go. Oh, I remember. Lord, we have to go.
Go where?
Why? To your father's, of course.
Wish Brock was here.
My father is dead.
We told me. Look, I don't know. Some guy said I had to come get you. Here I am. Let's go.
And who would this guy be?
I don't know. He was just in a hood. I didn't see his face. He wouldn't tell me anything. All he said that he was looking for you.
Did he wear a pendant around his neck?
I believe so, yeah.
Did it look like a dragon going downwards?
Yeah. Yeah.
I will not go with you.
What? Look, I spent Hextor knows how long to find you. Now you'll come with me. Or else.
Or else what?
Or else I'll beat the ever-living Hector out of you!
The boys.
So you wish to take me to the ones who attempted to overthrow me?
Hey, it's just part of the job.
She turns around and starts walking off.
What? Where are you going?
Some paladin.
Do you know? Vishgar? Alright, looks like we're doing things the hard way. So, I pull out my scythe. I walk over to her like, you're not leaving. You're coming with me.
Can you hand me everyone else's character sheet?
Oh, by the way, the purple one.
Oh, the purple one?
Where is everybody else? Wait, where's Brock's?
I have no idea.
Not here. Well, okay, you just got me and Jonathan right now.
Okay, that's fine. That'll do. It's easier to play only one character.
Okay, you want me to set that? Yeah, nice ball.
This is a just in case. This is precautionary measures. Okay.
How close are you to her, by the way?
What?
How close are you to her?
About
Like, is she like right next to your body?
Probably
or-
about
Like-
15 feet at
Yeah.
least.
Isn't it within my sight?
Oh no, you drew your sight
Yeah.
at her.
Yeah.
Oh, on her. Okay, that's on her.
On it.
Okay.
Okay.
Kala is going to press button number 1.
Which one was that?
So this half-orc pulls out this
Oh, yes, I
strange
remember.
rod that has like almost maces on both ends, like a morning star.
Seriously?
One end turns into a sword and bursts into flame.
What?
Hey, she bought that, so.
She bought it. It's like, oh, well, you look. Never mind. You're coming with me.
Kala is going to attack. Because that. Ah, this is no light. It's a critical fail, okay?
I knew it.
Oh no.
So she swings at you, but right into the ground.
You're not much of a fighter, are you? Are you?
You can just see anger building in this half-orc's eyes.
Oh, rage.
Well, I'm gonna teach you what happens when you miss the paladin of Hector. So
Roll initiative.
that's my 20, right?
Yes, plus your initiative. Wait,
3 plus 1.
good, because Call only got 9. I mean 10.
Should I roll?
Yes, you can roll initiative too if you want.
I'll join in on
Varial is also going to roll
No
initiative.
cunning! Wow.
No, you roll 1.
Yeah,
no
no much luck. Whenever he rolls a
Sorry,
critical
no
fail, he
sorry.
gets to roll again.
Okay,
Got it.
let's see.
It's a kind of ridiculously overpowered
6.
thing. Okay, so Call goes
It
first.
saved my life so many times, though.
I just realized Call has extra attack. Does 26 beat your armor class?
Yeah.
What is your...
18.
See, with the Rod of Lordly Might, that
Oh, eight.
is
I'm
1d8
sorry,
slashing.
it's you.
1 point of slashing damage, great. Plus 7 points of fire damage, so a total of 8 damage, plus 7, 15 points of damage. As this magical sword, like, cuts into your arm.
So how much damage does that do?
15, and the
15?
second attack, that's a 22 to hit.
Oh my god.
For 9.9 16. So a total of 31.
Oh my gosh. So that makes it...
The Rod of Many Things is very interesting.
So 19.
So a total of 31 off your maximum.
Wow. So I have 19.
So you have 19, yes.
Like... Ah!
Actually, add 4 to that. I just realized Call gets extra damage when she's enraged.
So 15.
Yep.
I'm off to a grand start.
Yep.
Ah! That really smarts. Alright. That's how you
And
work.
Call is just gonna step in between you and Varial.
By the way, what did so-and-so roll for initiative? 3. Okay, I'm going.
So, I mean, it's your turn.
Okay,
You just guys are gonna just kill me off. You're just, okay, you can go now. Like, what?
Welcome to Critical 20. Yeah.
see, my spell slots can go up to... Let's try this. Moonbeam.
Okay.
Yeah, better not kill me off, right?
I'm doing it.
Keep in mind, Call is close enough that it would also hit Call.
Call is way strong. Wait, Call is in Rager though.
Yes.
Okay, that would totally fine that.
Basically, Call is invincible right
Yeah, okay.
now.
Well,
Because friggin' Totem of the Bear.
I'm planning to risk the game and put in 3rd level spell slot.
3rd level Moonbeam.
Yep.
Oh no, it's only a 5-foot radius. You're fine, it's only 10 foot wide. Actually, no, technically... No, that would only hit you. That would only hit you. So all of a sudden, a pillar of dim light surrounds you.
Ah! Wait, it's dim. I can see.
Make a Constitution saving throw as you are engulfed in ghostly flames.
Which one is that?
D20 plus your Constitution saving throw.
Which is 3.
Well,
Oh.
it probably is the same. Your saving throws are right above your other little abilities.
Oh. So 3.
Yeah.
Crit.
Well, it's just 20 then.
Did you get a 20?
So half damage, 2d10. Oh, wait. Oh, because you cast a 3rd level spell.
Yep, I made a 10 right.
So yes, 3d10 halved.
Oh, right.
Yeah, the percentile dice and the d10
It's been a while.
are confusing.
I'm pretty sure that's me. 7 damage. To you.
Alright, that's not bad.
Okay.
And the moonbeam stays there.
Yep.
So 8.
Yes,
Okay.
you get burned by ghostly fire.
But wait, I rolled a crit for myself.
Yes, but that'll only halves the damage on a success.
Dang.
Sadly.
Oh man.
Crits don't do much on saving throws.
Okay. Good to know. Okay. So I'm at low health. I'm at fear of me getting killed off right at the beginning. So I put my hands up like, okay, fine. I only did this for the money so I can freaking raise an army to take back the temple.
Are you continuing the moonbeam?
What? I can't hear you all this moonbeam.
Yeah, I'm continuing with it.
Are you seriously killing me off?
No, I can knock you out, not kill you.
Oh, okay. This is gonna take me
Okay.
a while to get used to.
So,
DD so long.
as you're doing this, the ghostly flames begin to go engulf you once again. Roll damage. Roll a Constitution saving throw.
9. What did that say? 10? So 14.
No, 12. Dang.
What is your spell
12.
save DC? It's
12.
12. So that is a success. So half damage.
13.
You unconscious.
Let's have a 13.
Oh, is that 13 halved or 13 total?
That was 26, that total.
Oh, that's 13.
So I'm knocked out. I'm basically knocked out.
Make a death saving throw.
That's it. That's a 20, right?
Yes.
12.
I see. Barely.
That's one success. Okay. Are you dispelling the moonbeam?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, so otherwise that would instantly kill him.
No, I don't want that.
So, what would you like to do?
Can I beg for mercy?
You can roll another death saving throw.
Well, that hasn't done much. The only thing that has done is save me from death.
Do you really want to roll it though?
If you get 3 successes, you live. If you get 3 failures, you die. Unless someone stabilizes you or gives you health points.
And we cannot bring you back to life.
Yes, well, there are ways.
We don't have...
You just don't have the proper spells.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
But you have seen people brought back from the brink of death.
No,
before.
I have been brought back.
Oh, what was that?
You also have been brought back from brink of death,
Okay.
Mr. Crazy. I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about him.
Oh!
I might as well.
Okay.
Okay, by the way, if I heal him, does he wake up immediately?
Yes, he regains consciousness.
Is he still weak, hopefully?
He has as many health points as you give him.
No, I mean, like, will he hopefully... Like, imagine when you take a drink, he'll be tipsy or something like that.
He will have level 1 exhaustion.
Okay, that's good enough for me.
Also, we forgot to ever give you spells. I just realized that.
That explains why you did nothing.
So you can choose 5 of these spells, combination of the first and second level,
Okay.
and write them on your spell sheet. And those are the spells you can cast until you take another long rest.
So,
long rest is 8 hours.
So just any of these.
Oh, and I'm gonna get rid of that 5. You can just scribble out that 5. That's just how many spells you can have prepared. But that's not where it's supposed to be. So.
It's also a board. Okay, so I'm going to do Cure Wounds.
Okay.
Hey, no.
I'm just saying it would have been useful a few minutes ago.
Well, excuse me.
Actually,
we
technically
didn't
you
get it
can't.
done.
Technically, you can't use it on yourself. So.
Oh.
Yeah, wasn't that healing touch or something?
Actually, there's pretty much no healing spell you can actually use on yourself,
I may have died a few times.
except for Goodberry.
I may have died. Just came to the realization, she's like, I'm actually dead. Zone of Truth.
Yeah, because apparently I'm told this now that I'm not allowed to do. Oh, healing touch.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Well, like healing sort of.
You can do that with Goodberry though.
Yeah, I did not know this. How does Goodberry work?
You make 10 berries, each give you 1 health point. You go.
So
and each will sustain you
so I
for
can only
24
have 4.
hours.
Oh, that makes sense.
No, 5. Oh, 5.
You have 4 spell slots of the
wait.
first level,
Can I force feed him
but
with
that's
Goodberry?
5 between first and second level.
Hey, Derek, can I force feed him with Goodberry?
You can.
Could it work?
Yes.
Mantle.
By the way, was Goodberry level 1 spell?
Okay,
or
and then you
level
can
0?
have like a second level spell.
Oh, is it just the first level? Then I messed up.
That's 5 combined between first and second levels.
Is Goodberry
So-
a cantrip?
I had to just choose between these.
Well, you can have like 3 first and 2 second, or like 4 first and 1 second.
Then I messed up some.
Five total.
So, Thunderous Smite, Shield of Faith, Purify Food and Drink. So, Purify Food. Okay.
So,
You can't call it character.
Thunderous.
oh yeah. Is Goodberry a cantrip or a...
Goodberry is a first level spell. Actually, do you have Goodberry in your current spell list?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
And,
I did choose that as a thing.
and
The rod of many things is so overpowered.
locate object. No, magic weapon. Magic.
But to be fair, Call got rid of 2
Okay, done.
legendary wondrous artifacts for it.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
I'm questioning still. Okay, I'm done.
Okay. If you ever need to know what the spells do, just ask me.
Cool. Okay. So what happens next?
You regain consciousness with this gnome looking down at you.
Did I feed him a Goodberry?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ugh. I'll give it to you guys. You guys are tough.
Will you leave us alone?
I only needed her so I can get the money to buy an army to take back the temple.
I'll pull my quarterstaff.
It's somewhat
It's
of a
not
good
your
cause.
cause.
And what temple is this?
We serve the god Hextor, but the higher ups, they branded me a heretic. They sent me out. All I want is revenge. I want revenge and to get to the top of
It
my
is
church.
actually a good point. Let me look at my notes
what's
for a
this one
second.
What's this temple at?
Exactly.
Temple.
Let me look at my notes.
Is that right? That's where I'm from, right?
Yeah,
You're from Telkator, but technically the temple itself is not in Telkator.
Okay, so where is it?
Give me 1 second. It's in here. Of course it is.
Cheers. I was pointing at the camera. Cheers, y'all, you go.
It is right there.
The unending storm. So yeah, it's right over there.
And for some reason, a never-ending storm has taken the temple and constantly rests above it.
And that's the thing. Like, before it was cast out,
Yeah.
the higher ups, they caused that.
Oh, no, I don't want to go there.
What?
Yeah. You know why? Freaking obsidian dragons.
Oh yeah, that guy, the black dragon. That was
Well,
this one.
just look. I need somebody to help me.
She won't go either. I point to,
What do I do?
what's my name?
The temple is doomed. Hexor is
Oh.
really gonna have my soul. Do you know
Matilda.
what he does to people who disappoint him?
I can't hear what you said.
Do you know what he does to people who disappoint him?
No, before that.
I need somebody to come with me. That's just it. I need somebody.
Also, did you mark down you have 175 gold pieces?
Wait, what?
Did you mark down you have 175 gold pieces? It's the 4th little box next to your equipment.
Oh.
Is gold.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Then what am I gonna do? The temple is doomed. Hextor is gonna have my soul. That's it.
That's kind of how it works anyway.
But when
If you serve a specific deity, your soul
Yeah,
goes
but
to their
like,
plane of existence upon
like,
death.
he's just gonna punish me. He's just gonna flat out punish me really harshly.
Okay.
From what I've heard, at least.
Then that's your problem currently. And I don't think I want to go visit another god.
Why? You visited him before? Like, what happened?
The storm is unappealing. The dragon is deadly.
Then what am I gonna do?
What do you want to do?
I just said it. I wanna take back the.
Besides that, do you have any kind of life goal?
Well,
Besides serving your god?
I always wanted to ride a canoe.
Yeah, just go one
Just
foot.
go canoe. Forget it all. Just go ride a canoe. No, I want to make a name for myself because apparently the princess has only heard of me a little bit, and you don't know me at all. That's just what I want to do. Yeah.
Make a history check. I'm going to call this history, even though it's not technically history.
By the way, no, not you. Oh. If I put a certain metal in him, am I able to take it out?
Should I be worried?
Yes, if you cut him open.
Okay, I
I
won't.
think-
That is not the thing Christian wanted to hear.
So just roll. It's been so long since I played.
So just roll a d20 and add your history, which is in your long list of
19
skills.
plus 3.
So as you're looking around and actually taking in the people around you, you've heard of these people before.
Oh.
They are known as the Guardians of Elton.
Are you
For your
serious?
information, Elton is the name of the material plane.
But it's character talking.
Oh, I never heard of them. I'm just kidding. You see, you and the heroes? Are you serious?
He's not being a spy.
I don't know what to say. Wait, you're heroes. Isn't your job to help people?
Aren't you a paladin?
Well. Yes. If I answer right, will you let me live?
I mean, seeing that you're a heretic.
So as you're talking, the sun is beginning to set.
Look, the sun's set. I'm getting tired of all this. I want to rest. It's just been a day. Can we just talk this out at the tavern over a drink? My treat?
Actually, you probably would have also heard what they're trying to do. Ascend someone to God.
You serious?
Read this.
I'm
Oh yeah, I
not
think
kidding.
it is. If you're in-
That is known as the Ritual of Keretsu.
You read it later, actually.
Yeah.
It's pretty long.
I haven't even read it.
Oh. You haven't even read it. Read this
You
if
read
gotta
part of
read.
it for when we were recording.
Yeah. But I'm not
When I was making my video for video productions.
Remember, I don't know that much about this world, so.
Yeah. And it's on YouTube. That's the best thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot. What do you think the camera's for, idiot? So I know you're trying to make somebody send to God or whatever. But can you at least just like help me? I don't know. Get the necessary like training, like help me become stronger, so I can take back the temple. Because if you won't do it, then I guess I'll have to.
Carl is going to say. Best way to get stronger is by killing things. I don't remember Carl's accent.
It's
It was like slightly Scottish or
it
something.
was Scottish.
Yeah.
Go like Dwarven. Figure out what
My dwarven accents are nothing like Carl's accent.
Well, I'll just interpret it as a dwarven accent. Maybe with that as well.
You go Scottish. So you
Just do your best Scottish attempt. Scottish impression. Do your best.
All of my Scottish impressions are dwarvish.
Oh, see, there we go.
Just go.
I already said what I wanted to say.
I wasn't listening. I'm sorry.
The best way to get
Oh,
stronger
it's
is by
killing
killing
things.
things.
You don't think I know that? That's what I tell myself every night. But it's just not enough.
Well, then how many things are you killing?
Well,
What are you killing?
Carl doesn't care as much about that.
babies. Rabbits. No, I'm just kidding. Well, the last time I fight was like 4 days ago. And I remember like like it was a horde of goblins or something like that.
Oh, then for me personally, I don't care. Then if it's I'm fine.
You know what? I'm just gonna go to the tavern. You do whatever you want to do. I'm gonna go drown myself in a drink.
And we start walking away from him.
Alright, buddy.
I assume back in the direction of.
Yeah, Mr.
Away from there.
No, actually, we're going over here.
Wait, why are you going there?
We're not going this way.
Are you going that way?
We're going this way, so we don't have to go that way.
What's wrong with going that way? Oh. So you're going to go up to
Excuse me.
to Etania,
Yeah.
and then down through Malar, likely past Alariel, down past Zilix to Voral?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
So, by the way,
Okay.
I'm gonna at least try to convince them to let me go with them.
Okay.
So I run up, and I'm like, listen, I know first impressions weren't good, but I was wondering if I could go with you guys.
so me
This is
personally-
completely your call right now, because you're the only person here.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna do what I did the first episode.
What do you do?
Killed 9 people.
No.
What?
Oh wait, no, sorry, that was the second episode.
Oh!
No, that was the third episode, I think, actually.
No, that
I wasn't there for the second.
was. No, you were there for the second.
No, it wasn't. Remember that?
No, it was the first. I'm thinking. No, that was the
remember
third. That was the third.
the first episode when I call.
Yeah,
Yes.
and then you went to the tailor and did all that stuff. So it
No,
must
the
have been
first
the
10
third.
minutes. You remember?
Yeah.
And what do you have to offer? Just really don't remember.
Well, I have, I'm immune to disease. I can get into, like, sewages or whatever you want me to that's riddled with diseases. And you're like, do you think we haven't been through a sewer?
Yeah, I'm actually taking offense to that right now. A little bit.
The short little gnome.
Anything else?
I have my scythe. I can be very persuasive. Not to you, apparently.
I'm very, very old.
How old are you?
Older than you. By multiplications. Gnomes usually live a couple hundred years.
97.
Just like elves. Except elves.
Elves live a lot longer than gnomes.
Oh.
Yeah, I live to like 500 years old.
Wow.
Elves live to about 1,000 to 2,000 years in my
Oh,
world.
okay.
They're not quite
I can-
they're
I
not
can
quite
s-
immortal, but they're close.
I can speak Alciel. I can abyssal. I can speak celestial.
Anything else? If you don't catch on to it, you're going to do it.
What am I supposed to catch on to?
Episode 1 was I do the first time I talked to Call.
Like you and your background.
Okay. So I don't have that much to offer, but let me prove in battle. Let me one adventure. That's all I ask. And if you don't see true potential in me, or whatever, you can get rid of me. Not as in kill me. As in just let me go off and do my own thing. Can I roll persuade?
Sure.
I'm actually accepting that.
That's an inside check on
Are you
your part.
serious? Okay, you know what?
Because I'm kind of judging you a little bit for like not
That's a
figuring it out.
persuasion check for you and an insight check for you.
Okay. 11.
15.
With persuasion 6, so that'll be 6.
Ah.
I'm very persuasive.
I I've seen someone get a 40 on a stealth check before.
What? Oh, that's
Granted,
cool.
they had plus 10 and advantage, but they got a 40.
Oh. So,
They got like a natural 18.
Fine, but if you do prove useful after one venture, I hope you can help us out with a few things.
alright. That I can do.
We're gonna take a long
And, like,
Okay, so in episode 1, I'm just gonna tell him because he's never going to.
Episode 1, the thing Emin asked for was money.
Yes.
I have.
Yes.
I could use that money to buy you a drink.
He
Oh, I
doesn't
know
want a drink.
I'm not going back there because I can get killed probably, and she can probably get killed.
Yeah, Velte is currently a very dangerous city.
I have 175.
No.
Oh.
I have a low judgment into your fact. We're like,
I'm
you did not.
I'm supposed to judge others harshly and myself even more severely. But in this case,
You would have
I'll make an exception.
you guys judge so severely. You would have judged me harshly.
Yeah.
So,
Or now I'm judging you
first
severely.
slide, take a brevity.
Heroes have turned.
So you're going back by way of Elanio? Denia? Whatever that place
What's
is.
my health like, by the way? Am I back to full health?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay, cool.
So, as you're going past, you look to your left and you can see this, almost this star shining on the horizon. And you hear a voice almost whispered across the winds. Time's running out.
What's
The
that?
timetables of the gods do not rest.
What does that mean?
What?
What's that mean? I'm not cobbling curtains.
I'm sorry. What?
You would know? You would have heard? There's a giant crystal palace southwest of
that Crystal
Velte.
Palace.
Yes,
Oh, that was the star. Oh.
it appeared to be, as the star was directly on the horizon, not above it.
Wait, you wouldn't be able to hear that. Would you?
Would you? I don't know. Remember, like.
Technically, I will say yes because you can speak Celestial.
Oh, that's right.
That is the only reason.
So, time's running out. What are we waiting for? Let's get a move on.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to say your circuitous route takes you an extra half a month, so it takes 3.5 months to return to Voral.
I was really hoping that
3 months I have to deal with this guy, Vishgar or something like that.
I was gonna play around with him with something.
No, you can. I'm just saying, that's how long it's going to take.
Okay.
The voices kill me, so I'm probably gonna drop it.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
So
Pirate
I
accents.
pull out a marble. Hey, here's a toy. So if we come up to some water,
You know,
Do you actually take it?
you put it.
I take it, I look at it.
You take 4 points of cold damage
What?
as it starts to, as it looks like it's starting to put frostbite on your fingers.
So I just drop it.
Whoa! I go over and pick it up. By the way, I do have gloves, right?
Yeah, you have your gloves.
I don't want to waste these.
Why would you give me that?
Forgot it could hurt people.
Whatever. Let's just keep going.
Tell me when we reach the river.
When you reach the river,
Yep.
I will say you reach the river now. Because why not?
Okay, how about this? Let's put this in one of my little jars. My little vials. Okay, now you can send it down the river. Don't throw my glass jar though, into the river though.
You want me to put the marble in the river?
No, just throw it at the river. Not.
I don't think I can deal with this kind of trickery again. Why don't you do this?
Okay. I do not take the vial and I'll just walk away into the river.
So you walk across the river?
Yeah.
So as he steps onto the river, the water freezes beneath him. And he takes another step, and it freezes in front of him.
Vishgar
And
does not
he's
need marble.
literally-
Vishgar has legs.
He's literally walking across ice. He's walking on water.
I'm just there with my jaw like.
That's awesome. Play that. Your turn.
Fine.
See the places out, right?
Alright, so I have to roll for athletics or something.
What are you trying to do?
I gave him the marble.
Oh, you did? Oh.
Oh.
Alright.
I'm going to walk across
the river.
Okay. So you like roll the marble in front of you, and it makes a little, about that wide path of ice as it like rolls across.
Radius. No, actually diameter.
No, that's diameter.
Oh, boy.
So make an athletics check to cross the plank of ice.
You know what? I just walk across.
You have to roll an athletics check.
Plus 4, so 6.
So you slip. And you fall in the river.
Where does the marble roll?
It just covers me in ice. I'm literally under the ice now.
Ammon's had that happen.
Yeah, actually.
No, it's not that powerful.
Okay.
It's small enough that it can't do that.
Sorry, punch my
It's up to me.
Ammon's boots can do that. It's happened.
Alright. Alright.
You can make an athletics check to try to finish swimming the river.
So, that's a 6, yeah. So 10.
Okay, you managed to finish making it across the river.
I get the feeling that you don't like
Call
me.
is fine.
Did my marble make it to the other side?
Call is going to carry Varial across the river. Yes,
Oh.
it did.
Okay. It's gonna make touch it.
I get the feeling that you don't like me.
No, I was playing pen thunder. What are you saying?
Alright, let's just go.
He has boots of Frostwalker level 1.
Alright.
Pretty
And a level
much.
3 spell that gives you water walking, but I was apparently did not know that, so I was too lazy.
Except you basically made a Minecraft item in D&D.
No, actually, I made a World of Warcraft thing.
You made leather boots with the Frostwalker
World of
enchantment.
Warcraft at a Death Knight apparently can use the ice spell, and a certain ice spell, a frost spell, and they can walk across water. Water walking.
That's not as fun as boots of Frostwalker.
A Death Knight.
Basically, that's what Telecite is it's boots of Frostwalker.
Okay. Yeah, I understand. Anyways.
You don't know the name of that metal, pretend you didn't hear me say that.
Yes, pretend what?
Okay, good.
Alright, let's just go.
Yeah, we're
I'll
still
earn his trust sooner
Okay.
or later.
So, is there anything else you'd like to do before you make it to Royal?
Oh, I mean, I always do that one thing. But why not?
What do you want to do?
Chuck stuff at you, probably. Just go to bed first, though.
Alright, I'm gonna read some proverbs, the sacred text. In the ancient times, text stores like, well, you got a light? That may or may not be the exact quote.
So I did create water. Put it to my boots. And to I walked up behind him and put it on. I put it down his shirt.
Are you still wearing your armor?
Yeah?
It doesn't fit.
Okay, I put it on his neck.
Okay.
If you will, I will punch you. But it'll be a friendly punch to the face.
Maybe because
I love you.
maybe it's a different one. I can put the ice in you too. I can do that.
Alright.
Okay, I'll do it.
Wait, what? You just putting the ice against his neck?
No, inside his sleeping bag.
Okay.
He wanted it, so it's not my fault.
It melts.
And I find out like all the water, I'm like, what the heck is this?
Your sleeping bag is soaking
Wait,
wet.
wait, wait, can I play something else? Look, like
What?
I put a tail so I wrote it.
Alright.
Right after it melts.
You're such a jerk.
Your sleeping bag is really cold.
What? Why is it so cold?
You can tell there's ice in it.
And that's like, I'm asleep. I'm like, why is it so cold all of a sudden? That's when I wake up and I realize it's
Okay.
ice. I yell, what's your guys' name again?
Dorn. I never told you.
You probably would have told him by now.
I just call him Gnome.
You've heard of the Guardians of Elton. You probably know his name.
Dorn! What is this?
What? I sit up from. Please, is there a local tree by chance?
You know what? I'm just gonna.
Not really in this part.
I've had it.
I sit up from the grass.
Hey.
So I'm just gonna attempt to like break the ice with my strength.
Okay. Roll an athletics check.
9.
Okay, the ice shatters.
And I go charging out. I pick him up by his shirt. I'm like, what the heck?
Roll an athletics check to grapple. Contested by your athletics or acrobatics.
Can you please let me finish?
Well, you're trying to grapple him.
20. So
Yeah, he wins that.
Is that natural or unnatural?
It doesn't matter.
Either way, I'm picking him up.
Technically, I would have got -1.
You were still mostly asleep.
So yeah.
So no. I got -1 as my as my strength or whatever. So it would have been a 2. So it matters.
So I pick him up. I'm like, what the heck did you do? Why would you freeze me in ice?
Might want to check again.
What?
He shot at the ice, didn't he?
Yeah.
There's still a marble in there.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh fudge, the ice melted and refroze.
What do you mean I didn't do anything? Look.
The what? How can you explain the random ice that's covering my sleeping bag?
You destroyed ice.
And I just pick up and I throw him against a tree.
What kind of tree?
What?
Roll an athletics check. There, I already said there aren't trees.
Okay, then against the ground.
Okay, just roll an athletics check.
9.
You take 1 point of bludgeoning damage.
Sure.
It's not even gonna write it down. It's not significant enough.
I have a regeneration range. I don't care.
Yeah, in 10 minutes you'll be fine.
No.
That's where it's like, I go down, no pun intended.
Do I really have? Do you really want to do this?
Well, I'm really mad at you.
I throw down my hand onto the ground. Just look cool about it. And use Strangle Vine. What was it?
Unentangle.
Tangle. It wasn't Tangle. On it.
So vines start to come out of the ground and wrap around you. Make an athletics check.
Tell me athletics check. 20.
You're fine.
Your puny vines can
You just
go against
and the
raw
vines
lights.
just break.
And then I just like calm down. I just let him go. I just like storm off or something. Or something.
I kind of wish it was a tree. Because that would be really
Oh, okay. I understand now.
Welcome to the world of the people who cast nature magic. We're not going to name them, but they're just the hippies of the D&D world.
in my chips. No, it's good.
Says the person who buys snacks every week. They're my chips. Okay.
You also have a quick
So you make your way to Voral. It's very far away from anywhere you've ever been. It is a dwarven city on the coast of
I
the
know Dwarvish.
Orlani Sea.
I got this.
Inside, the party goes down to the second layer of the city, because the city is arranged in 3 layers, and into a large building with a banner on the outside. That's Jonathan's fault.
Okay. What is this? Like, what's this building? This?
There are 2 guards standing outside it.
You, guard! What is this?
I'm going to say it is...
My intelligence is supposed to be 17.
I'm going to say it is 6 p.m. No, 4 p.m.
Me and the rest are just walking in while he asks. He's like, okay, you'll find out.
So this guard is like, This is the
Tell me, or I'll break you. No, I'm just kidding. I don't say that.
This is
Oh,
the
yeah, that'd be interesting.
guild hall for the Guardians of Elton.
Oh. Well, I knew that.
Well, come on, then.
Coming. Yeah. For somebody who's intelligence is 17, I'm actually pretty dumb.
You're telling me.
You sound like Ragnar, actually. That's what it is.
Oh, really?
So you go inside and this
I thought you said Reinhardt.
Not Ragnar.
and this middle-aged dwarf is like,
Where-
"Ah, are you here to join the guild?"
Sure.
All right.
Did we make a fee?
You did not.
Oh, we need to make a fee.
So, pretty much you have to take an oath. There are contracts every now and again for various beasties and things that if you kill, you get some money and you get money for the guild. Other than that, you can stay at the guild hall if you wish as a member. I believe that is really all.
Okay. Oh. Alright.
So,
By the way, I have a new thing I would like to see for in the future. That would be
the oath.
Where's the other dice? I know I had. And that's 6. Where's the other one?
And she also says, "Ah, and Master Dorn, this arrived for you 3 weeks ago."
thank you.
I'm trying to find the other dice. Oh, here it is. I wonder how we got it
I
there.
feel horrible.
So she makes you take the oath. I'm not gonna look for it right now. It's something along the lines of "Blade with whom I live, blade with whom I die. Serve me well one last time. Seek out one last heart of evil, and then farewell." I think
Okay.
it's something like that.
Alright. Something along those lines.
Andrew will probably correct me if I'm wrong if he watches this.
I will drop the accent soon. Just go back to a regular voice. But they don't know that. Like, I'm just
Yeah,
having this
yeah.
to act tough.
Mm.
Yeah. Alright, so what's it say? Don't be like that. I just turned to like, wait, who are the names of the others?
Carl, Matilda Beth, and Thatcher.
So I turned to Matilda and I'm like, is he always like this?
Usually, yes.
Yeah, I thought that actually didn't know.
What, especially with newcomers, I suppose.
It depends.
And alright.
Can't remember the guild hall music.
Something. I know it was empty. Is there a road or that? That's fine.
Is it this one?
I love the scroll, by the way. It's really good.
That is
I like
not the
that.
correct one. I can't remember which one it is. For the life of me, I can never remember. That is definitely not it. I cannot remember for the sake of me.
So just
You're
while I'm
welcome.
waiting for him, I'm just gonna like read out my secret book.
This one will do for now.
Yeah, I'm just reading out my secret book.
Okay.
I want to do it just right. Yes, that's a little.
Yeah.
Giddy.
Here. So,
Can I just never? I want to see the seal.
You sure?
make a history check.
Wait, me?
Yes, you.
Oh. Okay.
By the way, I have no idea what the seal is.
11, 14.
I can take a guess though.
That is the symbol of the Emerald Enclave.
Oh, I sure. I did read something like a couple times, don't understand.
What does the Emerald Enclave want to do with you guys?
I don't know.
You you at least tell me what it said?
I take him into a room where. Do we have a map of the world? In
Sure.
Thank
You have that map.
you. I take the map.
You have specifically marked Crystal Palace. Unending stuff.
Oh, it's just a okay.
I show him this the forest. You see this right here?
Yeah.
Oh
Oh yeah.
See this right here?
Yeah.
Apparently something's going on in there, and they want me to stop it.
Okay.
And then find them.
What? Oh. Like, so they want you to fight something. Did it
They never
say?
said fight. Huh? They said extinguish.
Oh. Alright.
You know where I put this. Little bit.
Technically examined, so.
Yeah, I'm going over there for now.
Alright.
As if we step out.
So this is my chance to actually prove it myself to you. Let me come with you.
No.
How can I ever gain your trust?
Finally, someone who understands the timetable. That's how I've been feeling for weeks now.
I understand that.
I'm confused.
Let's go help the princess. Let's go do this. Let's go do this. Instead of doing the one big overarching thing that has a time limit. That you've been told multiple times has a time limit.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, for some reason.
Side quest, side quest, side quest.
It's like Skyrim. Sort of.
It's like Skyrim. I will never defeat Alduin. Except it's Skyrim, except you only have a certain amount of time to complete the main quest.
Really?
Think of it that way.
Yeah.
If you had this much time to defeat Alduin.
Oh, yeah. I'm thinking of like games like Dead Rising, where you have a time limit.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Time
I was
limit.
gonna bring Dead Rising into the world and be like, what the freak is Dead Rising? What are you? Okay. So how can I prove myself if you won't let me go with you?
And their question.
Hmm?
Is there like a king that can owner of this different parts?
Yes.
Okay.
There are some sorts of rulers or councils, or depending on the place, there are different rulers.
Okay. So like I want like the main person. That makes sense.
The main person of where?
That like I guess in a sense owns, unless you know, there's a different city has their own king, and I have to talk to every single king.
It's kind of like the Baron from
Every-
The Witcher.
In the event of extremely dangerous circumstances, there is a council that has only ever been held twice of all the rulers of every country, usually just on El Tonorel. It's not the easiest thing to coordinate, but it can be done.
What you looking for?
Yes. One second, I got both of this.
But it usually requires roughly 6 months' notice, so the rulers can prepare and get to the place. Because if you were in Aventiano, you'd have to leave immediately if you wanted to get to Voral in time.
I'm just gonna keep reading out my sacred book.
Okay.
Destruction upon all. Sounds reasonable.
And so doth chaos reign in darkness.
And I just like read it out loud, but I say and so darkness wreaks havoc on darkness. Wait, what? I'm not gonna question it.
So the mighty Hextor banish the chain oblivion.
Are you serious? That's legit. That's awesome.
Well, it's a book of religion. It could be true or it could be false.
Don't you question next door. Don't you question him.
How much is there? How much black you got?
actually be more like the Great Cthulhu than the Chained Oblivion. Yeah, it'd be more like the Great Cthulhu.
They banished Cthulhu.
Yeah, the Great Cthulhu.
That's awesome.
I heard Cthulhu.
One of the forgotten deities.
So what's the plan?
Well, first, might have to talk to the king. Alright. Should I come along?
Yeah, sure. What?
I was just thinking of your line. I'm very persuasive.
That's it. Sure, I'll come along.
Okay.
To the king! Who cares about
So
the
you go
timeline?
down to the 3rd level of Voral and you make your way to the palace. You've been there multiple times before. It's not hard to find. Guards recognize you. They let you in. And you make your way to the throne room.
What was that?
That was my phone. On the throne, as usual, sits King Dodomayonan.
Okay, just making sure we're still about the king. Right?
You can battle the king if you want.
Well, it's a king. You have to bow.
Okay, we enter. Your lordship. I don't know. Because you're the stranger.
Oh, yeah.
Keep bowing. No respect.
And what is it this time?
We need a way to talk to all of the rulers about this.
The calamity.
About the calamity. Is there any way we could do this?
It is possible. We do have lines of communication between the kingdoms. To speak to everyone at once would be difficult. Do you have anything particular in mind? Do you have anything particular in mind?
I don't understand.
Do you have anything particular in mind?
To get them all together? Is that what you're saying?
Like, how do you plan on getting everyone together?
Well, we gotta find a place for this.
Because getting together,
Can we just have
the Council of the 13... We could potentially do a Council of the 13 Kingdoms, but that is...
Quite difficult, I imagine.
That is difficult, yes.
Well, we can have this place as a meeting.
But if the calamity actually does come, having all the rulers in one place will either be a very good thing or a very bad thing.
Then we better hope for good things. Is there any way it can contact all the kingdoms?
Yes, we have lines of communication set up. We can do that if you think it is truly the best way.
It's probably the best for now.
How long do you think it will take?
Months. Months at least.
How much time do we have?
Well, I don't know. Probably gonna be about a year.
Me and my very crypticness.
Well, we're gonna just have to hope for the best.
Also, could you by chance have access to your platinum mines? Or
For what?
we need supplies to stop this calamity.
As I said before, if you found a way to stop the calamity, you could probably unite all the nations of Eltonitor back.
Well, knowing that you're the only person here that owns a mine that I know of for platinum, I was hoping we could get some help from you.
How much platinum would you need?
Enough for the ruins that are going to be made, which we don't know entirely of that.
For the runes?
You know, the ruins and carving.
And the dust?
The staff.
And the staff.
I don't know too much about the staff. For the staff, for the runes, for the staff, I do know.
And you still need to find a unicorn. Don't you?
Oh, what about braziers?
Are the braziers also made of platinum? Give me 1 second. Yes, 4 platinum braziers as well.
We need enough for 4 platinum braziers, whatever. Enough molten platinum for these runes that will be carved off in the future, and enough for a quarterstaff that can also hold in a sense, half a sphere on top of it.
No, it's a whole sphere.
No, it says half a sphere.
It's a whole sphere, half a handspan wide. So it's that wide.
Oh.
It's that wide, but it's a full sphere.
Supposed to have handstand
I could have some smiths work on those braziers and the staff.
Alright then. For the molten, we'll talk about that another day.
Yes.
Can you send out word to them for 13 count?
I'll send word and tell you when they have arrived.
Okay. Let's go. Alright. And leave. Go back to the guild hall.
Okay.
Best you make yourself at home, I guess. Alright.
So are you waiting until their rulers arrive?
Because I want everyone else here, hopefully.
There's never going to be a time when everyone's here.
Not everyone, but it's more, because you know I'm the horrible person.
You got Christian here.
I'm not the best person to do this other. Probably knows this stuff. I mean, he's a paladin. That somehow lost his temple.
He didn't lose the temple. The temple lost him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, you're a paladin. Kicked out
That's
of
how
the
you
temple.
should say it.
That was Brandon, a heretic. Yeah. What? You want to bring that up? Okay. Go on.
So I guess you're praying to unholy gods.
Well,
He's sons of the heretic. Heretics believe of, for instance, I guess, Dracula, or pray to unholy deities.
Not necessarily.
They can.
I wouldn't call Dracula a heretic. He's not a religious person in the first
I know,
place.
but
Well, remember-
heretics made him up technically as a myth.
remember this.
Yeah.
This is a Chrome Temple hierarchy, so they kicked me out for they could have kicked me out for just to get me out of the way. So so they just branded me a heretic for no reason. It's not that I didn't. It's not that I didn't pray to unholy deities.
Yeah.
They just kicked me out so they can have me out of the way because they know I would rebel if I saw something wrong with the temple. And so, yeah, I'm not a heretic. I'm not a heretic. They just labeled me as one.
By the way, do you have a brand on you or just
Well, I do have one of my back of a snake. Snake's head getting cut off. I don't want to talk about it.
They actually brand heretics?
Yeah.
Sometimes, quite literally.
Some religions.
Sometimes quite literally, yes.
Yeah.
Wow, I thought they just marked it as a family thing.
I know what you mean. There are football players who have the initials of their first name on their arm. I know. So yeah. But back then it was literally a thing. They just do it to show don't talk to this person. If you do, you're a heretic. So yeah.
Heretic. That's all I can think of right now is the Arbiter and Halo.
Oh yeah.
Heretic. Heretic.
You're not a grunt.
No, I'm the prophet.
I know, but you sound like a grunt when you're that quiet and soft.
So, okay. What now? You just the Emerald Conclave.
So actually, I want to create something kind of interesting just for fun. Just for fun. It's going to cost me some metal, for the heck of it. This does not concern me entirely.
Hammond's a gnome. He tinkers.
So you know in real life, the marbles, machines.
Yes.
And since I kind of wanted to have a marble running across the walls, which is fun, have some kind of like glass, or like something see-through, I guess, most likely glass, and holding water, and then having the ice just having the telesite marble just roll right past it. That's like maybe like a little bridge across, just for the fun of it.
Cool. Like, what do you mean? Have the telesite go like next to the glass?
No, on top of the water.
Okay, because I was gonna say it doesn't work unless it's in contact with the water.
Yeah, I know that. And
Okay.
just like make it like a little bridge, just for fun.
Okay.
I guess.
You just go to the other side.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's the purpose of that? Just for fun. Yeah.
I don't know. Plus, you know, it could get people interested in the marbles.
Very true.
Yeah, maybe.
And they, so how am I supposed to explain this exactly to you? Telesite marble, you know in train tracks on the walls, like back then?
Yeah.
Where like people just do us toy just fun going around the restaurants or, I don't know, medical areas?
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that basically. But you know, just marble infinitely going around and around.
Okay.
And the thing that keeps it going is, you know, just a ramp going down, but something bringing it back up.
Okay.
So create that.
Okay.
Just have one marble going. So it's, you know, yeah. It needs to melt for a minute and it'll transfer.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna build that for like inside my room though.
Okay.
Oh, do I know?
If you got it.
Technically, you are not a founder of the guild. You are a member. So technically, you sleep in the barracks.
Oh, that's true.
I know what you guys. I know what you like.
Except by special invitation, there are a couple of like small rooms that are available.
Alright.
Some of which are currently occupied, but actually quite a few of which are currently occupied.
Alright, so I'm just gonna wait, see what you want to do. You're the one leading this.
Hey.
What's up? Hello.
How's it going?
I mean, technically,
Good.
you could go look at the board.
Okay.
Have you seen Fairy Tale?
Yes, I have.
Go for it.
Yeah. Is there that one guy, I can't remember his name, who's just standing there, not gonna take a job at all?
Oh no! Oh him! Ah, no.
Yeah, I can't remember his name either.
Was he like the Indian guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good times.
So I'll just do exactly that. Just look at it all the time, not take a job. No, I'm just kidding. I'll go look at the board. So I just make my way on over.
The job board, basically.
The job board, yeah. The quest board, I think.
It's the contract board.
Okay.
Okay, come out and go look for you.
Alright.
No. There is a contract out for a what is it called? A djinn. There is a contract out for a stone giant.
Okay. Wait, what was the first one? A djinn?
A djinn.
Isn't that like a genie?
Yep.
Okay.
Kind of.
Alright.
There is also one out for a. Me and all my flipping through.
So a djinn.
There is also one for a spirit naga.
Ooh. Out of all of them. Which one won't get me killed?
And there's also one out
Remember
for.
Fairy Tale? They can all get you killed.
I know.
And there's also one out for some pixies.
Oh. I want to take out the djinn. I want to go after the djinn. So I just.
Are you gonna go with him?
No!
No!
Okay, put it back.
I just had to check. They've had problems with Jin recently.
Can I look at the pixie one?
Oh, so you have a problem with Jin's? Okay.
That's specifically why I said that one.
Okay, so I'll take Jin.
Oh, I thought you would come with me. Side quest.
All right. I have to prove my worth to you. So instead, I'll just throw it off on the Jin. I'll go with him.
So you're looking at the pixie one?
What's the pixie one do? I mean,
So the pixie one is for just for brains.
For brains.
No. For a dozen sets of pixie wings and an ounce of pixie dust.
That is hard to get. It's like trying to find a unicorn.
Speaking of which,
Yes.
no.
Bonus of jail.
Emin knows exactly what I'm talking about, and if you read that scroll, you
By the
would
way,
too.
Is there an Earth? Isn't it inside the Earth plane? Either it's in the Earth plane, I think, or in that forest right there. That's all I understand. That's where it would come.
One chose for water from pool of everlasting.
By the way, are these good pixies or bad pixies?
They're pixies.
So they're just pixies.
Pixies are usually found in the Feywild.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
The only known portal to the Feywild to you is right there.
Sorry, I think it's pixies are fairy.
Pixies can be found on the material plane, though it is harder to find them as they usually remain invisible.
What about the spirit naga?
Invisible.
Would you be down for that? The spirit naga.
What would we have to do?
What's a spirit naga, by the way?
Yeah.
So a Naga
Isn't that?
is a guardian of usually some sort of place. It is mostly snake with a human face.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Do you think
Yeah.
you pull that off yourself?
So,
There's a chance.
You've encountered a Naga, haven't you?
Yes.
Down under the depths of Oriel?
Did I do the fighting? Not really.
okay.
What?
Then I guess, well, it's your call.
What were the other jobs, thoughts, things?
Stone golem.
Oh, what's
Stone
going on?
giant.
Stone giant, my bad.
What's a stone giant's job?
It's basically to get the heart of the stone giant. They usually send groups of people out to complete one job, usually 4 or 5 people at once. Sometimes 6 or 7, depending on how bad the job is.
So pixies are going to be hard to find.
Sometimes
I think
people
there's-
don't come back.
Fix your probably misdeeds. Oh, there's gonna play a trick on this after that.
Okay. Well, I can use my insight to help. Ryan, what does insight do?
Insight is... I can tell if he's lying.
So I can tell if they're playing tricks on us.
The pixies,
It
yes.
depends on the trick they're playing.
They're pixies.
If they're trying to persuade you to do something that could lead you to harm, yes.
Okay. Excuse me. Let's go with pixies.
Yeah, I could play this place, but we don't know how long we'll be there. This is the Feywild.
How many do we need? A dozen or so?
A dozen sets of pixie wings and an ounce of pixie dust.
Okay.
Right here. Get it? Oh boy, that's much of a
Wait, where are you going? I wasn't looking.
if we went to the Feywild.
Yeah, it's going to the Feywild would take a while. Just travel alone.
And where to find the Feywild? Find them in the Feywild, which I'm really regret doing. Too much pushing me. Well, be smarter. Are you in pixies? Or going after the spirit? Spirit not in the Feywild?
Don't Nagas hypnotize you or something?
No. They are really
Nagas usually have magic of sorts.
I know
I thought it
that.
was
That
the
pretty
one.
neat of you.
I know that from the world.
Alright. Like I said, it's your call. But I feel with the Spirit Naga, it would save us a lot more time.
Well, which one do you want to use? Spirit, Naga.
And technically, because there is a contract out for it, you know the creatures are at least within a huntable distance. And the contracts are for 3 days. So it's within so the creatures in question are within a 3-day travel overall. Otherwise, the contract would not have been accepted.
So it takes us 3 days to get over there if we move by boat.
How much for
It takes like 2 weeks to get to the Turian Archipelago.
Where's the Spirit Naga?
Within 3 days of Voral.
Okay.
Well, but wait, the pixies though.
Within 3 days of Voral.
Where would they be though?
I said we go after the Spirit Naga.
Are you strong enough?
I have 18 in strength.
We just kill it. All we have to do.
For the Naga, you have to kill it, take its eyes and its heart.
Okay. How much is the reward?
The reward for that is 3,000 gold pieces, 10% of which is paid to the guild.
What's the price for the pixie?
The pixies, it is 2,200. Again, 10% of which is paid to the guild.
What about the versus the stone golem?
The stone giant is 3,200 gold,
Okay, it's a little harder.
which is 320 is again paid to the guild. 10%.
I do enough, and then
The Jinn.
no, and then
The Jinn is actually 4,500 gold. Again, 450 is paid to the guild.
Okay, so I know you absolutely refuse to go up against a Jinn.
anymore, I guess.
Yeah. So it comes down to the Spirit Naga or the Pixies. I don't want to. We are limited on time, so I think we go after the Spirit Naga.
Well, we're limited on like 6 months of when to get here.
Yeah, true.
2 weeks to get over there. We really went. Because how is someone supposed to know those pixies?
Once again, the pixies are within a huntable distance.
Which is really questionable.
Because it is a magically binding contract, and they have to be within at least huntable distance, or the contract would not have been accepted.
And how are we supposed to know that it's huntable areas?
You don't know where they are, but you know it's within 3 days.
This is really confusing.
Well, then if it's within 3 days, that's a pretty large radius. Anything within
3 days is about three grids. Put it that way.
Oh,
So they call it there, right?
all right.
We're inside the mountains.
That is a forest. I mean, that's a desert you just pointed at.
Oh. So it looks like
Sunistan
a
is a
mountain.
desert, except for the very northern part of it that has been overtaken by the Salem Woods.
Yeah, they're either the mountains or an oasis. Basically.
I think they may be the oasis. Maybe they cause mirages.
They can. That is actually something they can do.
So I think they were most likely there.
Spirit not that much more appealing, but I'm really just pressing the group. Is you sure? Hey.
Okay.
And I meant weak by spell damage.
Alright.
And you're surprised I was able to deal so much damage to you.
And you didn't even wild shape.
And I never wild shaped, to be honest.
Seriously, you're missing out on the
Watch it
best
know.
thing about druids.
Okay.
But I guess you did choose Circle of the Land, not Circle of the Moon.
Yeah.
So, Circle of the Moon is just you wild shape all the time.
Since you're low strength, but then again, I have 18.
Why are you measuring things on strength alone? He uses wisdom.
I don't know. Because like Spirit Naga, how strong I am.
You don't know how strong physically a
I
Spirit
know.
Naga is.
No. You know, I found a decision. Let's just go after the Pixies.
Sure.
Okay, where are you looking for them?
I rather it's Feywild, to be honest.
The Feywild is not a huntable distance.
Doesn't mean I can still go there, right? Unless if I go there, will it
It's a
break?
magically binding contract that lasts 3 days.
Oh, it lasts 3 days.
You have 3 days to find the quarry and to exterminate it.
You just told us it was a quarry.
What?
You said it's in
The quarry is another word for foe.
Oh.
What do you know? Okay. Remind me, where are we at on this map?
The very, very bottom.
And we want to go to the right. To the oasis that we don't know. Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay?
Let's go.
So you take the contract, Eldith has you sign it, and you get your supplies and start heading off west over the mountains towards the desert of Sunistan.
Okay.
Okay? After about the first day, you make it to the very edge of the mountains, and you can see the desert just sprawling before you.
Alright. Let's head in.
What general direction are you taking?
Which way is it to the oasis?
We don't know. I mean, it has to be an oasis thing with water. Probably. Unless there is grass there. Whatever. So let's just go this way. Alright. We're going east there.
Okay.
Straight east.
You straight east?
Yep.
Straight east from Boral?
Yep.
Okay.
Keep your eye out for anything.
So after about half a
Right.
day, you haven't found anything.
Yes.
About half a day, you'd be rough. Actually, after about a day, you're about there-ish. About that crossroads.
Yeah, it's just let's go north then.
Okay. You go north, and you actually do find an oasis roughly there.
Okay.
Right, that crossroads.
Water.
Yes.
Why no?
You do see an oasis.
We both see the oasis.
Yeah.
Okay.
It must be another.
I want to make I want to make an insight check.
That is actually a wisdom saving throw. If you want to,
Because it doesn't look real to us.
if it is actually a mirage, a successful wisdom saving throw will let you know that it is a mirage.
Then I'm gonna actually join him on that one.
Okay.
What am I rolling exactly?
A wisdom saving throw.
And my wisdom saving throw is +5.
Same. Dang it.
9.
I got that. Weird thing.
You critically fail. It amazes me how much you critically fail.
No, I didn't really fell.
Okay.
I went like this and like it goes sideways.
Oh, it's cocked.
Yeah.
So what'd you get?
18.
I got 9. Yeah.
It does not appear to be a mirage.
Okay, so it's real. Well, it doesn't appear.
Well, I know how to tell if it's real.
How?
I make a run for it to the water.
It does appear to be very real.
All right. Sweet.
There are a few trees around the outside.
I think we should start. Obviously, let's see if there are any pixies here.
I just realized something I wanted to do, but that's completely idiotic.
What?
Make a nature check.
I
My
want-
nature is 3.
I wanted to do a cannonball.
21.
Pixies can remain invisible for infinite amounts of time.
How do you draw out a pixie?
That's it. Yeah, that's a better question.
We don't know, do we?
You don't.
Can we do a history
Set
check?
everything on fire.
I'm
No.
going to ask you a question.
Yes.
Of your spells, do you have the Fairy Fire spell?
I don't know. Would that mean cantrips?
No, it is a first level spell. I actually do not even know if it's available to
You
druids.
never wrote that down for me. But
Well, you can change your spells every long rest, so you would have been able to change them.
if you keep changing my spells.
Yeah, every long rest. That's how druids work.
Oh. I wasn't told this or figured it out then.
I've said it like 8 times. Yes, I have.
Not in that kind of way. Let's need to give a long rest. My spells.
Fairy Fire is a first level druid spell. Actually, no, I'm gonna keep this.
Then I might as well change it.
Yeah. Since you didn't know, I'm gonna let you change it right now.
Which, by the way, I do have literally like nothing on my sheet ever.
What is your wisdom modifier?
2.
What is your level? 6? Right? You can have 5 spells prepared at a time. So you can have 5 of the first, second, and third level combined. You can choose 5 between those 3 levels, and those are the spells you have until you take a long rest. That's how druids work.
So like my level 3 spell would have 1. I can have 1 spell.
You could have like 3 level 3 spells, a level 2 spell, and a level 1 spell. Or 3 level 2 spells.
Thank you. I'll keep that into note.
Yeah. A total of 5 spells.
That's gonna be a lot of more memorizations.
So yes, I'm going to say Fairy Fire would be the spell you would want for this.
Yes.
As it makes invisible creatures visible to your eyes.
Oh, I didn't know. That's cool.
Is it an AoE effect?
Yes.
Okay.
15-foot radius.
Alright.
So use it.
Never mind, 20-foot cube. 10-foot radius.
Sorry, it's Skype.
Okay. So you cast it. What color do you want? Blue, green, or purple? This isn't very important, but
Purple.
Ooh, nice.
so you
There's
do
your
see
pixies.
a few small
I'm thinking very
purple lights floating around in this area.
Can you see them too?
Yes.
Okay. So they're just purple lights.
Yes.
Why?
And like the ground is outlined in a faint purple hue. In this cube.
Don't talk about it. It's not best for it to know. Alright. Well, let's set up camp here for now. Alright. Actually, you set up camp. I'll be right back.
Wait, why are you setting up camp?
Because we were probably spending the night.
This is the 3rd day.
Oh. Wait, so we have to get back by that time?
No, you have to eliminate the quarry by the 3rd day.
Which will be
And
eliminated.
today's the 3rd day.
Today is the 3rd day.
And they will be eliminated. I should set up camp while I go. While I'm in the
Alright. Alright.
Alright.
Okay, so I set up camp.
Okay, during that time. Do I have any stuff like make a stuffed girl? What was that called? Like plants. I know that.
I don't think you have. Wait, didn't you make a custom spell that was like that?
No,
Or
that was-
Victoria did?
That's Shadow Spell.
There are spells to make plants grow, but they are higher level spells. Usually.
Let me read a quote from my sacred book.
Okay.
There's Druid Craft.
Do you want me to tell you a quote, or you're just gonna?
Tell me the quote, actually. I'm trying to think of something funny. I got something funny. So tell me the quote, and I'm gonna just mess it up.
And so the great Cthulhu looked upon the world, and he wished it for himself.
And so, Cthulhu looked upon the world. He thought, it's a nice world. That's the best I got.
Technically true. That's what he thought.
Okay. I'm only allowed to use the
Almost,
cantrips I already
almost
have. Can't. Is that true?
Hmm?
Am I only able to use the cantrips that I already have?
Yes, cantrips you do not get new ones of. However, fairy fire only lasts a minute.
What? Oh.
So the minute is gone, purple lights disappear.
I was not told this.
You could have informed us.
Am I able? Actually, yeah, I guess it's like they were able to use it later. Dang it. Is there a spell that I can use to, I guess, grow something?
Not really.
Dang it. Okay. So can we just do something really quickly? You never said we can't. Just put it into that. He's coming with me. Towards the light, so we don't look around, just, look straight ahead. No idea, like when the lights go out. You know, that makes sense?
Yeah.
Ready?
Yep.
So, you have any spells for long range? I think that was somewhere.
What does Thunderous Smite do?
You hit something, you deal thunder damage as well.
Alright, so there's that. What?
With a melee weapon, I'm pretty sure specifically.
Oh, dang. Oh, I have a javelin. But I'm a terrible shot.
At least things are tiny.
Technically, yes, they are tiny. That's why their armor class is 15. I don't care if I tell
What
you
did
that.
magic weapon do?
Generally, tiny creatures with plus 10 armor class. Magic weapon makes your weapon magic. It makes your weapon magic for overcoming immunities to magic resistance.
Okay.
Because some things can only be hurt by magic weapons.
Then the only one I can use is Thunderous Smite. The others are just Cure Wounds, Purify Food and Water, and Shield of Faith. So I'll use Thunderous Smite.
Okay. I believe you cast that, and then when you hit, you deal an extra 1d8.
If I could
thunder
identify,
damage.
would that work on them? Identify the ritual, would that work on them?
We're on a pixie?
Yeah.
It might.
Does I know what they look like? Yeah.
Well, you see purple
Yeah.
spheres.
But I mean, technically, I actually do it.
Sure, I'll say you can cast Identify on one of these purple spheres. Although the purple sphere will eventually disappear before you finish casting your spell, because as you are doing that, it technically counts as concentration for 10 minutes. Fairy Fire is also concentration.
Oh, sorry. I mean, that was always a thought.
She would have to cast it as a spell, not a ritual.
Well, that is a ritual, actually, so.
No, but you can cast it as a spell. Casting as a ritual adds 10 minutes to the casting time and makes it not use a spell slot. Casting as a spell makes it still use a spell slot, but its duration is instantaneous.
Will that,
Casting time.
think
rather.
I identify stay there? For all of them?
Identify is just
Know what it looks like?
to know what it is,
Okay, with sure.
and usually to know if it has some magical essence about it, and what that magical essence is.
Well, okay, well, plan B, but... Wait, these things will attack us, though, right?
You know.
If they attack us, we can. Well, it's better than like throwing javelins at them. Because how fast are pixies?
You have no idea. You've never seen a pixie.
You don't know that.
Yes, I do. I'm the DM.
Okay. Dang, it's got me there. Alright, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna use Fairy Light again right after it wears out to make sure you know exactly where a pixie is for yourself.
Alright. So I'll use Thunder Smite on one of them at least, and if they come in to attack us, What?
How many of them are there? Do we know?
You can see about 6 of these little floating lights in your cube.
So, if they're like keeping out long range, like, I don't know, 15 feet away, I can pull out my scythe.
Well, let's do this thing then.
Alright.
Fairy Light. Actually, I'm gonna use Shilling first. Or Shillelagh.
Oh, Shillelagh. So from your quarterstaff, your quarterstaff gets covered in black. It's just covered in black outer coating. And turns into a Shillelagh.
In action.
And counts as a magical weapon.
Ooh. What exactly? Just give me, like, does it give me bonuses?
For the overcoming of non-magical immunity.
Is my withering still there?
Oh, did you cast on your Staff of Withering?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, your Withering is still there.
Okay, so I'm gonna have a staff of withering with me.
Okay.
You ready?
Yep.
Do I have any spells that... Wait. I just realized we should probably back away before I do this. Because this could probably help us out a little bit of seeing them. I have...
You know what spell you really need right now?
What?
See invisibility.
Oh yes, that'd be amazing.
I don't know what level spell that is though.
How would we do it? I don't know.
That would be like the perfect spell.
Because like I want to... Oh, I do have a plant for it. Dude.
See invisibility is a second level spell,
That's not...
but is it a druid spell?
No, it's not. I've never seen it.
It is not. Is it a paladin spell?
What?
Nope.
Oh, it's not.
Oh,
Okay.
I thought you said.
I was going
I-
to say, I didn't maybe you.
I thought.
No, neither of you can see invisible things.
Because I thought you were like. I thought you said it's a paladin spell. I'm like.
Right. I
Why
said,
do you see it on the list?
I said,
didn't
is-
see it on the list.
I said,
didn't know we were
is
gonna
it a
do all
paladin
these things.
spell? I said, is it a paladin spell?
Yeah.
Oh, when I started.
So it actually might be further than this, and further away. Does this do damage?
Wait.
No, it doesn't.
Hold on a minute.
It gives some disadvantage.
Hold on. One of my features, divine sense. As an action, you can
That's
detect-
only celestial fiends and undead. Pixies are none of the above. They are fey.
What if I use lightning storm? Would that be able to hit them?
Technically, yes, as long as you can see one. That'll hit all pixies within 5 feet.
So maybe we can get them all to go after you. And you can
No,
do
they're
it.
concentration spells.
You do notice a few more, like, as the spell begins to fade, because it only lasts a minute, you do notice a few more of these lights coming towards you.
Okay. Let's, if I use pulse lightning then, I should be able to know, like, will I just send lightning strikes in that area in general, randomly?
Technically, the lightning strike will kill everything within 5 feet of it.
Okay.
Because it occupies a 5x5 space, and it hits everything within a 5x5 space radius around that.
This is a 60-foot radius spell.
60-foot radius from the sky.
That's it.
The storm itself is 60 feet wide. And 100 feet up. That is why the spell
That
is
is
60 foot
10
radius.
feet tall with a 60-foot radius, centered or at a point you see 100 feet directly above you.
Yeah, that's the storm. The storm itself is 60 foot radius, but you call down a lightning bolt. And you can keep calling down lightning bolts.
Like one at a time, or...
It's one at a time. I believe you can do it as a bonus action after you've cast it, but you have to cast it as an action.
Okay, then, let's go a little bit of one way first before we continue this. Let's walk to the, let's go, actually, let's walk, actually, because we don't want to run. To the other side of the oasis. I'm not going to go over the water. No.
Okay?
Actually, I'm going to go into the water, because if I use cold, would, electricity go through ice? Because technically, no, it wouldn't.
Technically, no, and you do not know if telesite is a conductive metal. You've never tried.
Oh, but I do have metal around my... Oh. Should put this around this, hopefully.
Well, but ice isn't really conductive. Unless the voltage is very high. And technically, you are not grounded.
Oh, yes.
If you're standing on water, in theory, you are not grounded. The water would have no... The electricity would have no reason to go into you.
So it wouldn't go into me?
It would have no reason to.
Okay. So I would be fine if I went to a block of ice instead that was on top of
All you
oasis.
people that know about electricity, tell me if I'm wrong.
I don't know that much, so...
And also, we have 10 subscribers now, not 9, 10.
Oh, I thought we had 11 and then... Oh, no, we lost.
No, we have
Yeah.
10.
Okay.
We had
Just-
9 before.
Let's just let's go out. I'm gonna go out there. You just walk to.
So you striking the general area you saw the pixies in?
Okay.
Wait, you said they were coming. You saw some coming towards us, right?
Yeah, as fairy fire faded. It only lasts for a minute.
Okay. I'm gonna stand in the middle. I'm gonna use fairy fire again.
You're marking off your spell slots, right?
I'm in mine, yes.
Because that is your 3rd fairy fire.
No, that was my second action.
No, it's your 3rd.
I haven't used my other one.
Yeah.
You have used fairy fire 3 times.
I've only used it once.
Used it once when you got there,
Yes.
then you used it again,
That I apparently never knew that I used it again.
and then you used it just now.
Okay. Okay.
I think that's fine. Fine. Okay. Around my area in front of me. I guess.
Okay? In the general area you saw them before.
In general, like in front of me, 20 feet in front of me. That
Okay.
makes sense.
You still want me to use?
How big is this little oasis?
I'll say it's about a 10-foot radius.
The water?
Yeah, so it's not terribly big.
Okay. I'll use that then. In that kind of way.
So thunder smite.
No, I'm gonna use call of lightning. Trust me.
Now you see the true power! He wields.
When it's time though. Are any of them in front of me?
You do see quite a few of these lights in this.
Are they following me? Right towards me?
They do not appear to be.
I'm in either. Either.
There's 6.
You can see about 8 at the very far edge of the cube.
As far as I can see to that kind of area, I'm gonna use Call of Lightning
Okay, so all of a sudden a storm
That-
starts to gather above you.
in that way.
Lightning shoots between the clouds of this storm. Okay.
And strike where I see the multitude.
And all of a sudden this bolt of lightning. Well,
If they're able to dodge that, I'll be completely surprised.
it is so loud it is almost deafening. And you see where once there was lights, there are now bodies of small creatures.
Nice.
Now,
I don't even have to make you roll for damage or make them roll saving throws. Their health is too low.
I'm just over
Am
here.
I able to send another bolt for me as a bonus action, right?
What?
Do I get a bonus action with that?
Technically, calling lightning was your bonus action.
Oh. Okay.
I'm just over here clapping like.
Actually, probably should over.
Okay. So what are you doing now?
Bodies. We're supposed to get the wing. Oh, we also need an ounce of pixie dust.
Pixie dust is on them, isn't there?
Pixie dust is when they're flying and they're visible,
Mm-hmm.
or actually, I guess when they're invisible too. Pixie dust like trails behind them.
So does that stop when they're dead?
You would assume so, as they are no longer flying.
Yeah, but there should be pixie dust inside that area. Well, seeing that,
Can I roll for?
how am I supposed to get the pixie dust?
There is. Is it arcane? Like, can I roll for arcane to find out?
Not in particular. For arcanic things are more to see if there is magic in a certain area. Or in a certain thing. That's more of an arcana check.
So we took down all the pixies.
No,
Not all of them?
there has to be more.
Yeah. So can I use it to find more pixie dust? Or just pixie dust?
You
Gather the pixies.
You do notice that one of the pixies is actually still alive. Probably like on the very, very outskirts and just barely got hit by your call lightning. Like,
So
its wings are severely damaged, but
It
it is still
It
alive.
should be visible then.
So I'm gonna go over.
Yeah, it is.
I'm gonna go over
It's
and grab
visible.
it and get the pixie dust.
No, actually, you're gonna.
You do notice there is some pixie dust on the sand, but there's not as much sand, so it's more grassy. So you could potentially collect the pixie dust from the ground.
Remember that jar I gave you?
Yep.
Trap inside the jar for that pixie.
Ooh, we're doing a Legend of Zelda thing.
No.
So I go over.
That's actually a fairy. Just continue.
Right. So I go over, pick it up, and I put it in the jar.
Actually, you have to like grab it.
Just like looking at you like really scared.
Can I heal it? Because I kind of feel bad for it.
I mean, technically-
You can cast Cure Wounds on it, but you have to technically touch it. So when you picked it up, you could have cast Cure Wounds on it. So we can say you did that.
Okay. So.
And you literally don't have to roll because it will restore it to its full health.
So you have 2 HP.
No, they have 3.
Okay. So I do that and then I put it in the jar.
And it's just
Yeah,
like
I cap it.
just like huddles itself and like pulls its knees up to it, just like.
It starts crying. It's like, oh, don't worry. We'll make good use of you.
Vishgar is saying that.
It's kind of my job. I'm like a true chaotic. I worship a god of war and discord.
Oh,
Make a wisdom saving throw.
that makes sense.
20.
Natural 20?
No.
Not natural 20. Just 20 plus 5 for wisdom.
You also make a wisdom saving throw.
That's actually pretty good. 16.
So you both feel like something is trying to almost read your thoughts, but you both manage to shake it off.
Oh, it was trying to. Okay. Okay. Not today. We'll sell you on the black market.
No, actually, I have no use for that kind of thing.
So you manage to get the pixie dust. And you notice the scroll, the arcanic runes on the outside fade.
This one?
No, the contract scroll.
Oh.
So, is it unbound? Because we got the wings technically in the dust.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. We're up.
So, is the job technically complete or?
Yes, it is. It
Oh, I
is
was going to say, you lose the job. Dang it.
no, because one pixie. Yeah, no.
You let one pixie live. Why can't I allow that?
It wasn't to exterminate all the pixies in said oasis.
Let's grab the pixies, not the wings, just the pixies.
No, it was wings.
I know, but the pixies have the wings on them. Just grab the pixies.
Yeah.
We probably could use that later.
She like put a bunch of like pixie corpses in like her pouch.
I'm going I have extra jars, I can put them in there.
No. Actually, yeah, probably. Just to keep the.
So you fill a jar with dead pixies.
Yes. I'm sadly yes.
Just a person.
Okay, whatever.
Boom. Done.
Okay, you start to make your way back to Burrell.
Hmm?
Okay, you make your way back. Make your way back to the guild hall. You give the contract to Eldith, who. How much were the pixies worth? 2,200.
Yes. Nope. Yes.
Yeah, that's the cheapest person.
So it was. So she gives you a stack of 1,980 gold pieces,
Okay, we're gonna split that.
and she takes the pixie wings and pixie dust.
And there's like, gives us more money into that guild. So we keep it alive.
So,
The guild has 220 more gold pieces. Yay!
So yeah, we're gonna just.
Unless you
As
just.
a guild owner, let me put 500 more into the guild.
Okay.
The guild as a donation.
So 1,480.
Because I wanted this guild to stay alive.
Yeah. So 1480.
Yeah, that's.
So 7.
Or are you doing that from when it's already halved?
740 for each.
No, not when it's half.
Okay,
Because
so 1,480 is, yeah, 740
Okay, so
gold
you get
pieces
740.
each.
I get 740.
okay.
This poor little pixie.
Don't worry.
Trap me jar!
I played
Question, are there holes in, like, the lid of the jar or
Yes,
anything?
I did.
Okay.
I'm not that
I just had to make sure. Of course, because the one thing pixies can't do is teleport.
It can breathe. It's just it's trapped technically, so it's not prisoner.
Don't worry. If somebody dies, it'll just come out straight out of the bottle. Wait, that's fairies. Legend of Zelda reference.
No, not a fan. And never got past sword training ever. On any games.
Well, it was worth a shot. Maybe
Okay.
the guys I know at
So-
home know.
So what would you like
Please
to do?
tell me. You got the reference. So
Yeah.
what to do?
Yeah, what would you like to do?
Okay. So there we go. 6 days. Wait, 3 days to get there, 3 days, or 3 days to get, and then 3
So
days.
about
Yeah.
a week. It took about a week.
So we'll just say a week.
All right, so
Time is a little lifetime. Oh, okay, that's cool. Just trying to waste time next time. You blew me though. I want to come back. There's more people that are more reasonable about this.
I hope I can come back next time. Hopefully I don't have work.
Most of the energy though. Useful. Okay.
To get into the contract, maybe we can take out a spare noggin.
Basically, we just need to kill it, but I can't use my withering staff on it.
We could. What was that thing you got from the Emerald Concave or something like that?
A scroll? Oh, that. I don't know how long that would take.
I'm gonna read that just to make sure I haven't forgotten anything.
We'll look for a unicorn in the Feywild.
Unicorns don't live in the Feywild, they're celestials.
Oh, I didn't know that. I was just checking guess. Well, you should know where to find a unicorn next.
Yeah, Space Celestial. We could go to the shops.
And buy a unicorn.
How much for that unicorn goods?
That's actually what happened in one of my campaigns.
Really?
The unicorn was imprisoned in the elemental plane of fire, and they bought it from a slave trader. Actually, the unicorn came free with the purchase of 2 Asimov, but
That's not that much. What? Yeah.
it ended up costing like 10,000 gold pieces.
Oh. Who knows? Maybe there will be a unicorn for sale. I could use a horse.
If you want to go to the elemental plane of fire,
I'm tempted to. I want to go to the shops. I want to see what like they have.
Sure, what do you look for? Might as well follow you. I'm bored. Anything to do.
Yeah.
Are there any herb shops yet?
there are not. Still, that has not changed.
Plus one half plate, green of invisibility. Okay.
Lucky you.
I did not know that until now. I just noticed it.
Well, you totally
Is this like the one rain? Is this the rain?
No.
Like, if you really want to, you put a ring of invisibility, run up, grab the princess, and just leave.
I could. But my guy doesn't know that. He didn't think of that.
Yeah.
If only I could do
Is
this.
he
around
willing
here.
to take her 3 months up all the way across the continent?
But wait. Would it just be me, or would it be like? What if I just picked her up while I can just really read on? You can just see her
She-
float. It's like is
Yeah, she
So
might have
float
something.
away.
She might have something to say about that.
so. It wouldn't work out either way. Okay. So there are no shops.
No, there are shops, just not herb shops.
Herbs?
Facts for herbs, because I'm seeking herbs.
Alright.
For medicine and
I'm
whatnot.
just gonna go to a general store.
So there is pretty much what is the equivalent of an open air market. With a couple larger shops next to it.
Is there a black market?
You have no idea.
Yeah, get search and go to a tavern and ask questions.
The paladin asks if there's a black market.
Hey, I wish up a god of war in Discord.
The pixie's just sitting in the jar, just crying.
Shut up, you!
Which, by the way, can I
Make
see
another
if
wisdom
I
saving throw.
have the jar of pixie?
Here you are.
Also, make another wisdom saving throw.
Do I have to roll to
Yes.
save?
Ah, dang it, we should probably get rid of her. Or him.
It's a her. It's always a her.
17.
Wow, okay, so I'm fine, because I got 15 plus 2, so 17.
Yep,
Yeah.
you both target off again.
Yeah, let's get rid of this pixie.
No. What, you can harvest pixie dust with this thing.
True. That's really cruel, actually.
Yeah, but I mean, you make a lot of stuff useful like that.
Alright. So, I'm just gonna wander around and see if I find something see if I can find anything interesting.
I'm gonna investigate. I'm gonna actually investigate, yeah.
I'm gonna do that too.
I'm gonna investigate to see if there's any shady characters here.
Okay.
Just around the
I'll
market.
just wander
Yeah.
around.
You know, for a black market, just look for shady people. I'm done. I'm done.
Do you roll 2 critical fails? So that counts as a critical fail.
Finally!
I fail to see anyone suspicious.
I don't know what dice. I'm making it.
You see nothing.
You know what? I'm gonna do it then.
Can I
Like-
destroy the dice, by the way? Because I've never got a critical fail twice. You will.
We can't destroy all the d20s, then we'll have none left.
I would go to Dragon's Keep Point.
Go to Blackfire and like grab a handful of their like random
Alright.
dice and just I'm buying these.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna make an investigation check. I'm gonna do it for like 18 plus 3, 21. So I investigate any shady characters.
So as you're looking around, you look down at the pixie, and it looks like it's trying to talk to you, but it's in a language that. What languages do you speak?
Druid is one.
Just all of them. What languages do you speak?
And, where did I see that? No, it's over there. No mission common. And Druid.
So it's a language that neither of you understand.
He's like, there's nothing. Babe. Wait, can I go back to the guild hall? Does anybody in our guild?
No.
No? Okay.
Mouse of Brightwood might be able to.
That's true, actually.
Okay, so I'm gonna
He
go
has
up-
spells that allow him to do such.
Okay, I'm gonna go up to him. He's like, hey man, do you know what she's saying?
Yeah, sailor.
He waves his hand slightly and just looks at it.
He's under control.
It's asking you not to hurt it.
Oh.
We're not gonna.
That's
gonna
not his
hurt it.
accent. It's asking you not to hurt it.
So okay, I'll be like,
I'm not gonna hurt this.
I'm not gonna hurt it. No.
Do we have to hurt it in order to get pixie
I
dust?
think well.
With the
it's
with the
tough
pixie
luck.
dust or with the selling to the black market?
Like to get pixie dust, we have to hurt it.
Technically, no. It just has to fly.
Okay, good. That's all I'm looking for.
It has a little room. Maybe we can hover.
What are you gonna do? I'm gonna build a room for it. It's a cage that can hold it, but just the same. A kind of room that like a kind of I can make in a sense.
You did kill his friends.
Her.
Some pixies are actually guys, but yes, this one does appear to be female.
There's actually guy pixies.
Yes,
That's the first.
there are male and female pixies.
Never heard of it.
So we did kill her friends, so we might as well make her a room.
So then?
Alright. So I just put it. No, wait, I gave it to you.
Yeah, you did.
Okay. I'm just gonna head back to the market and continue wandering around, see if there's anything interesting. Is there a magic shop?
There are some shops that hold magic items. Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go to one of them.
Get the name of the shop.
And what was the name of that shop again?
I forget. I just said that.
We
So.
got that shop. The
So-
Lord of Lordy Might.
So you go into one of the larger stores that does appear to have like 2 stories.
You can afford nothing.
Okay.
A,
Well, it's just good to
a
wander
dwarf
around.
walks in, he's like, How can I help you?
I'm just looking around, but do you have anything like connecting, like any religious symbols, like holy symbols or anything?
We don't usually carry like holy symbols, but we might have something else you'd be interested in.
Alright, I'm listening.
So he pulls out a hilt.
Okay, that helps.
He's like, this is a very curious item indeed.
How do I know I'm not
Any-
being swindled?
And this like beam of light comes out into like a sword.
Okay, I don't think I'm being swindled. Alright, what can you tell me about it? Who is this previous owner?
it's-
Oh yeah.
I don't know,
Like
but
rings.
it's commonly referred to as a sunblade. And instead of actually like making cuts in your enemy, it deals more like a holy damage.
Oh, so I can take out humans with it.
Yes, you could.
Oh, it just makes
And it
sense.
also makes light. You notice.
How much? I mean, how much?
Bright light in a 15-foot radius and dim light 15 foot beyond that. Oh, that's a very interesting thing. Oh, never mind. Not saying anything else.
How much? Do you have like music for like market stalls?
Yeah, he does actually.
Yeah, but I don't have my snapshots.
That's true.
I still need to remake those. So currently I'm completely guessing on the music.
Okay,
So
that's fine.
if you want to have me spend 10 minutes finding good music, then.
You're fine. You're fine.
So I've left it on this.
Okay.
You notice it kind of like expands a little bit, like the width of the blade, and it gets brighter.
Alright.
And it gets like narrower and it gets dimmer.
How much?
Out
Is
to
it-
10 feet of bright light and 10 feet of dim
Roger.
light.
How much?
Oh, how much is it?
I've asked you 4 times. I'm sorry, I'm getting mad.
I'm sorry, he might put a higher price on it. Unless you don't see a guy right here.
This usually goes for about 1,000-ish gold.
I'm going to try and persuade him to lower the price.
Bargain.
For how? What are you actually saying to him?
That seems a bit, a little high. Maybe you and I could have a more reasonable price here?
Like what?
I say, 600. I'm gonna roll.
Roll a persuasion check with disadvantage.
So,
Roll twice and take the lower.
11.
Okay. Wow. 11.
So, plus 6, so 17.
It's like,
That's great.
alright,
Dang it.
whatever.
Alright, I'll take it.
He hands it to you.
You 600 gold? Have a good day. So, I have 200 left.
Wait, did you say 500?
A sun sword? What was it called?
It's a sunblade.
Sunblade.
And it technically is the same as your longsword, it just deals radiant damage instead
You
of
have
slashing.
175, correct?
But it also has,
Yeah.
it also counts a plus
Plus
2 weapon.
720.
740.
Oh, yeah, 747, but.
Making it 850. I think I could be wrong.
You are wrong, actually. It's 915.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it was 40 plus 70.
110.
Okay, what's 100 plus 100?
Okay. Okay. I understand. Please.
There you go.
Don't hurt me. I did all this math in my head, and I
Yeah.
thought I was right.
Good job. I did better now.
I could. 300. Thank you for correcting me. Okay. Alright, so I got the Sunblade. I'm done. I don't want to waste any more money.
Okay.
Okay, assuming that I'm by myself, what's probably the best way to make like a room for this pixie without letting it out?
However you want. You can make a cage it can't get through. Pixies are about 8 inches tall.
That's true.
That's about 8 inches, right?
No, that's about a foot. This is about 8 inches.
Anyway, they're about 8 inches tall.
Something like that.
I think so.
Actually,
You're going
wait.
like this.
No, they're about 6 inches tall. That's my mistake.
It's like that.
6 inches tall.
2, 3, 4.
They're like that tall.
It's about a hand. It's about your hand right there. 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
They're about this tall. So you could make like an actual cage. You could make a box. Depends on how humane you want to be.
Well, when you put it like that.
I've tested the morals of this party quite a few times, and usually they pass my tests, but sometimes not.
I'm gonna guess like egos. Some of them is.
And sometimes they test their own morals.
Oh, I forgot about that actually. Yeah, I actually does.
Like the whole thing with the djinn in the elemental plane of air. That was me testing the party's morals. And you passed the test with dire consequences.
Yes.
Oh boy.
They owed a favor to a noble djinn. The djinn wanted them to capture some escaped slaves because he was a slaver. They found the slaves, helped them escape. The djinn teleported the slaves to him and killed them in front of them.
Oh my god.
He's a noble djinn. He can basically do whatever he wants. He can
Actually,
grant his own
it
wishes.
happened a little bit differently. Jonathan agreed to help them, and I was in disagreements. But
You were pulled in by association.
Yeah. And then Jonathan ran away and was like, oh, dang. And I saw him about to get killed. I was like, okay, well, I don't want to see this.
Granted, they found this, which is what they were looking for.
Yes.
But they let innocent people die. And that's not the first time that's happened.
Okay, so I'm gonna head back. If I
You
remember
know
correctly, setting a building on fire that happened to spread.
Oh no, that's not what I'm talking about. Ammon knows exactly what I'm talking
It's right there
about.
for the building. Would I still be neutral?
You can change your alignment if you want to. You haven't done anything specifically completely terrible frequent enough to permanently change your alignment.
Yeah, I guess it's true.
Alright, I'm gonna head back to the ghost. Maybe there's like, if I just wanna like have an easy mission like a search,
Okay.
I'm gonna go to the quest board and look for a search.
There are no new contracts. So, Ammon, what kind of prison are you making for the pixie? It's true.
Am I able to roll like I don't know? Oh, rainbow. If I get identified, would I know anything about it or no?
You can try.
Okay, I'll do the ritual. Identify.
Knowing that pixies are fae, which you knew. You do get a basic idea of the kind of magic they can cast,
Okay.
and it is more like mess with you kind of magic, rather than like I'm gonna kill you kind of magic.
Okay. So it's not
Pixies, they have to see you in order to trick you, right?
For most of their spells, yes.
Okay. So, oh boy, depending on how you make this cage, there could be a possible chance that if you enter in your room, that the pixie, there might be a chance that the pixie will trick you to letting it free. And that-
Pixies can't do that.
They can't?
No.
if I trap a pixie, technically
There is
it's
literally nothing it can do.
Yeah, like it's magic. They can't use it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Same thing goes with fairies.
With the kinds of magic they can use, they couldn't trick him into setting them free.
Okay, like I said, I didn't know
Like
that.
you would get a basic idea of that.
So basically, if I close my room, make sure basically it's shut, let the pixie out, it can fly around, but it can't do anything. It's just try to escape it. It's weak, like extremely weak. Not like imagine pixies.
You get one guess at a pixie's strength score.
3.
You're wrong.
Oh,
You can have one guess too.
I can't. No, can I?
Can you at least tell me if it's higher or if it's lower?
Nope.
Dang.
No.
We're off though.
Yeah, you're obviously wrong.
Double right off. Go back to smile. With that widened smile.
I think I should just go get a book on bestiaries.
Pixies. You'd have to find a book on the pretty much a Fey bestiary. Because
I need to brush up on my knowledge of these. Because
pixies.
clearly I do not know.
Wait, I've seen a
Look
pixie. Yes, I can summon pixies now.
Wait, what?
Because I can summon face spirits. Is it spelled right?
Technically you can, and pixies are Fey. With a challenge rating of a quarter, in case you were interested.
I know.
In
I
case you were
still
interested in
summon
knowing.
them. Play tricks with my friends.
I'm so glad we have this friendship.
Friendship in inverted commas.
Okay.
Because there's quotation marks, then there's inverted commas.
So what do we do? What's there to do?
What do you want to do?
I already went to the shop. I persuaded him to lower the price by that shopkeeper by almost half. I don't know what else to do.
I need to actually.
You also don't know what sustains pixies.
I'm going to go around town, and I'm going to look, and I'm going to investigate, and see if I can find anything interesting.
As long as it's
What in particular are you looking for?
Anything, really. Just
technically, shouldn't it be just like any kind of what's it called?
you'll find a golden ring in a dumpster. Oh no.
Container. It could just be any kind of container.
No, I mean sustenance.
Oh, how to feed it?
Yeah.
I can give it good berries.
Pixies can starve to death.
I can give it good berries.
No.
Right?
That technically only sustains food.
Okay, maybe.
Then I can also give it water.
Because you can create water.
Here's why.
I can actually.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, okay. That's the jokes thing. And yeah, you different.
I have an idea on how we can save money and feed the pixie. Now, the purified food and water spell, is there like a limit on it, or does it purify anything, making it clean?
Pretty much.
Okay, I'm gonna go dumpster diving.
There are no dumpsters in Vorel. Most of the garbage is thrown down the center shaft,
And I'll go there.
which goes straight to the core.
I won't go there.
How is there no lava?
There's light at the bottom of the well. I have a cloak of the manta ray. I'll be fine. Proceeds to try to jump in the well.
Excelsior!
That's happened in one of our D&D campaigns. The Minotaur, in all his great intelligence, there was light at the bottom of the well. So he's like, oh, I'm fine. I have a cloak of the manta ray. I'll just jump in. Me and all my intelligence when I leveled up, I was like, oh, I have fly. I can just fly down there.
At least I have enough intelligence to know that there's a core now. Anyways.
I was intelligent enough
Actually, that's out of
not
character
to do
knowledge.
that.
Okay,
Well, you can see it.
Yeah, you can see, but that's out of character knowledge still.
It's like looking in that volcano in Antarctica. You can
There's a
see
light
it.
at the bottom.
It's a volcano.
It goes quite far down, but you can't see light at the bottom. There's a
Okay.
volcano in the Antarctica where you can actually look and see the lava.
Okay.
Where you can look down and see the core, rather.
Maybe I can.
I wish I could go there.
Maybe I can somehow like go to the stalls, food stalls, find spoiled food, and be like,
They don't keep the spoiled food.
I'm trying to save money here.
How much gold do you have?
315.
How many workers' days of the skilled worker is that?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
How many days would a skilled worker have to work to get that much gold?
Oh,
175.
anyways, I just want to like.
For unskilled workers, that is multiple years worth of pay.
Well, okay. How about I just go look for food that's like a few days old or something like that?
Quite a bit of the food is, yeah.
Yeah. So I'll buy that. I'll use a spell.
Okay.
Okay. So how much for like say a piece of bread?
You don't know if pixies eat bread.
They don't eat meat. That's kind of obvious.
You have no idea what pixies eat.
Can I do a?
I could just feed it good berries.
I don't know what are good berries like rare to come by or.
I can summon them.
Poof, good berry.
Oh, I did not know that. Okay.
10 of them, actually.
But they spoil after 24 hours.
Oh.
Okay. You can do that.
But they will sustain you for 24 hours.
We also have a chef that can hopefully making food for him.
Hopefully.
I clearly need to go watch through all the episodes that you guys did previously to understand.
Enjoy.
Yeah, that's
hours.
75 hours
Yeah, that's
of
what I
footage. Actually, probably closer to 100. Because we're on episode 26. And they're roughly 3 to 4 hours apiece.
Just one out of my mind.
To be fair, I've watched all the way through like what Critical Role has posted multiple times.
I
That's
love
like,
Critical
that's
Role.
more.
They're awesome.
Critical Role is fantastic.
Matthew Mercer is you.
Dude, you can't miss the streams though. Missing the streams is like punishable by death.
I don't watch Criminal Person.
Yeah, that's why I haven't killed you yet, because you're still ignorant.
Yes. I'm alive because of this man. Not showing me Critical 20 and I can watch it.
Ignorance is bliss.
Oh, we had that argument in class in language arts. Oh my gosh, it was interesting. It was one of my favorite discussions.
Well, we should probably do the basic thing.
What's that?
What basic thing?
Let's get like a bigger jar in a sense. Put like an apple slice.
So you're gonna get like a big jar to put it in?
Yeah, like a big container.
But like a jar.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then basically like put in an apple slice or technically I can ask it to go back into a jar as long as it's still contained, right? So if I went to my room,
Yeah, but you can't talk to it.
can I understand you?
No.
Can I gesture?
Can we go up to? I
You
can't
can
remember
try to
exactly.
use body language, but
I don't think that will work.
it
No.
cannot
Understand.
physically understand what you are saying.
Verbally, actually.
Verbally. Fine, whatever. It cannot verbally understand what you are saying.
He only knows a little bit, so.
Unless you manage to learn Sylvan.
That's true.
What's a bet like? I think I'm just gonna go to the library and pick out a book in the demonic language.
Abyssal?
Abyssal.
Do you guys have any books in Abyssal? Actually, yes, they will mostly be about Orcus, though. And maybe some about Carolingus. Except those wouldn't be in Abyssal.
Maybe 1 or 2 of me up, yeah.
And some autobiographies of Ammon in Abyssal.
I could translate it into Abyssal, and we can sell it to the demons. Be like, hey man, here's a book. That'd be 500
I don't
gold.
think they would want that.
Burn!
You don't know that.
Actually, I do. I know exactly what Ammon would be thinking of. I know what Ammon would write in a book like such. I don't think the demons would want to read that.
It was worth it. It was worth it. It was just.
Okay, well, I guess I'll just do this. I will, go to our chef. Do we have, like, apples in storage?
Yeah, you've got like apples and stuff.
We
got
got 1 apple.
Okay.
Do we have any veggies of any kinds? Like, what's...
Technically, yes, because you do have the plot of ground outside the city that you purchased.
Oh, they're veggies? I thought they were wheat fields.
It's mostly herbs, but there are a few other things in there.
Okay, like what?
I'll say like lettuce and stuff.
Okay, I'm gonna get a leaf of lettuce, an apple, and I'm gonna get some blueberries when I get home. I go to my room. You're coming with me.
Oh, okay. Can I come
You
with
are
you?
coming with me.
Okay, I'm going with
I
you.
need you just in case.
Alright.
Outside the door so no one opens it.
Alright. Hey.
How is a
Anything
pixie
that-
supposed to open a stone door?
A human person.
Oh, I thought you meant the pixie.
No, I was like, dude.
Like that is almost
But
physically
if a human
impossible.
opens it, or a door, then Pixie is free, and then I'm ruined.
It's anything is better
Except
than
for the
anything
fact
else
that
I'm
its
doing.
wings are gravely damaged.
But I healed him. Remember, cure wounds.
That doesn't fix everything.
Alright. Yeah, I'll send up
Like
some
if you have a
door.
broken bone,
Alright.
cure wounds will not fix the broken bone.
It's still healing, but I'd rather not take any risks.
Alright, let's do this.
Like there are literally holes in its wings.
I just want you. Jeez.
Oh, holes, literally? Oh,
Yes.
that's totally fine. You just wait inside with me. Just put a sign on the door saying, do not enter. Do not, I just say it, do not.
Do not disturb.
Yeah.
Alright, let's do this.
Okay, I close the door, open up the jar.
It just sits there. It doesn't do anything.
I put her on the desk, like the jar, and I lay down the two fruits, like and the veggie, kind of in a triangle shape to see what she goes for.
There's a trash can back there, right?
Yes.
Fire away! No, failure.
Did you not go in?
No, it went in. You
Oh.
just hit the desk or the table. That's the
Yeah.
failure in it.
Skills.
It's just like tucks its knees up to it and just like.
Okay, I
nothing.
grab the jar and I don't go like this. I go like this. And slowly nudge it.
So you're dumping the pixie out of the jar.
Yeah, slowly, so like it's sliding out. And I put the jar to the side and take a step back.
I'm gonna call her. No, Tinkerbell.
It just
It's a pixie. No fair.
it just like
No, no.
it just
Tinkerbell
curls
is
up
a
in a
pixie.
ball.
Oh.
It technically
Pixie does.
Tinkerbell is a pixie.
Oh.
She just like curls up in a ball and just
She's so
doesn't do
easy.
anything.
We only murder her friends. Too soon?
Okay, how about we yes. I guess I'll just grab a new Red Bull and use create water. And put water in the bowl.
Alright, man.
Yeah, it's just hard to think about this.
Okay.
Trying to feed this thing or whatever is
She make-
impossible right now.
She make a little bowl of water.
Maybe we should just like leave the room, give her time.
No, we can't open the door actually. So she'll make a run. Well, actually, she'll.
As I said before, pixies cannot teleport.
I know. But she'll try to make it go for it.
Yeah, we don't know how fast it is.
It will run technically because it cannot fly.
Yeah, it can't fly. Its wings are in a state
on a
that
pretty
it
high
cannot
desk, too.
fly. Like it might be able to glide, but it definitely can't fly.
Well, I guess I'm just gonna put the jar like go like this and just do this with the jar. Like
Okay.
hit the opening. So okay, you can leave the room now because it can't take anything.
Yeah.
And I'll wait for you to leave the room. Close the door behind you, please.
Done.
Okay, I take the jar back off, put it back on the desk, and just head to my bed and just wait out for a while. I'm gonna just meditate.
I'm gonna go apologize to Princess.
Oh yes.
Varial.
He's like, hey, remember me? I tried to kidnap you.
So you find Varial sitting in the room that was assigned to her.
I knock on the door because I don't want to be rude.
She opens the door.
She sees me. She immediately closes it.
Not quite.
Nah, that was a joke.
Yeah.
Alright. Hey. Sorry about kidnapping you. Almost kidnapping you.
Trying to kidnap you.
Tried to kidnap you.
It's okay.
Well. Good talk. Okay, I'm just gonna ask her, how long have you been on this journey?
What do you mean by that?
Like, how long have you been with them?
It's been better part of a year.
Yeah, I'm actually content with it.
Okay, cool. Conversation. So what's the deal with you and the hooded figure dude with the pendants? Like,
Their leader was my brother.
oh. Okay. Any reason why he wants you?
He's dead.
Wait. Your brother's dead, but the hooded figure is your brother?
No, there's more than one.
Oh.
There's dozens, probably hundreds of them.
But what's your relationship with that brother?
With that one in particular,
Yeah.
I do not believe that that particular hooded figure was related to me. Probably just wants vengeance for their leader.
Okay, it makes sense now. Okay, well, I'm gonna go. Have a good day.
She just closes the door.
I'm like, ugh, that was so awkward. Okay. At this point, I don't know that he's meditating now, but I'm not gonna disturb him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna at least talk to the others, get to know them. So, apologize to that orc and the child.
The child is no longer on the orc's back.
Okay, I'm just gonna go up to them.
Hear that, Jonathan? The child is no longer on your back.
Okay, I'm just gonna go up to one of them. Colin, was it?
Call.
I'm gonna go up to him, be like, "Hey, man.
Call is a girl.
Hey." Nope. Oh, that's just weird. I'm sorry. Hey, how's it going?
Fine. I don't know how to play Call properly. I could play Uranus,
I'll go.
but I could not play.
I'll go up to.
No, he's not here.
Uranus is technically no longer even part of the guild.
I'm just awkward.
You're right, you are.
Well, what do you expect? Like, I tried to kidnap a princess, threaten them in the process.
Well, what are you gonna do over the next 6 months? You might as well pick up a book on Sylvan. Because then you don't have to talk to anyone.
Okay. I'm gonna at least wander around until I find, like, a religious sanctuary or something.
There are a few. Mostly here they worship. I can't remember what his name is. person's name is... I will find it quickly. Is... Ula, the goddess of hills and mountains.
Oh. Do you think they'll like be nice to a worshiper of Hector? Hector?
You have no idea.
Can I do a history check to just find out what the relationship between them?
That's a religion check, technically.
Oh, even better. Where's my... So, 21.
You can't recall anything in particular in any history about any interaction with Ula and Hextor, or their respective religions.
Okay, I'm gonna go up to them, take a risk. Just introduce myself. And here I am, supposed to be the one who judges people harshly.
I think that needs to be reversed. Others judge me more harshly than I judge myself.
Yeah. That's what it's looking like. Yeah, so I'm gonna make my way over there.
Okay, so you do find this blocky stone structure that does appear to be some sort of sanctuary.
Hello? Anybody here?
An elderly male dwarf opens the door.
Hi, my name is Vishgar.
Hello.
I worship Hextor, or society deems I'm not supposed to worship him anymore. What's your name?
I am Beorthro.
Beorthro. Strong name. Are you guys busy? I was wondering if I can come in and admire the architecture.
Certainly. Certainly.
Oh, thank you.
So it's actually a fairly small building. It almost looks like a chapel. There are pews, there's an altar at the front, and at the far side there's this marble statue of a woman.
Who's the woman?
That is Ula.
Oh.
You should know this, right? Like, you roll a history check or something?
And there do appear to be what appear to be stained glass windows, but it goes the other way. They're like, well, no, it goes the right way. Brains. So there's like torches outside the stained glass windows. It looks like there's a little box of stone outside them. There's torches which are providing the light rather than the sun.
Oh, that's really interesting.
So there is like splashes of color across the room.
So, have you heard any rumors, like anything out of the ordinary around here?
Anything out of the ordinary? I did hear something from a traveler from Xylax.
Okay.
For your information, Xylax is right there.
Alright.
Apparently there was a girl who stopped to stay there, and she planned to stay for a few weeks. But the innkeeper of the tavern didn't see her for a couple of weeks. They checked her room, and apparently there were signs of a struggle. There was stuff scattered all across the floor, and they searched the city, but she was nowhere to be found.
Interesting.
And the guards at the gate reported no half-elf leaving.
So it's either that, it's just a theory that she may be still in the city somewhere. Probably, is it possible that they have under a sewer system?
I doubt it, but it is possible that they may have broken into the Underdark as we did.
The Underdark?
our minds delved slightly too deep, and we broke into the Underdark. It's large cavernous areas beneath the surface, where many dangerous monsters live. It could have been that something came up from the Underdark and took her back with it.
Oh. Why did you guys break in there in the first place?
It was accident.
Accident.
We have collapsed the tunnel that led to the Underdark.
Alright. I don't know if at this point, I don't know if I trust him, because...
But that very well could be the case, because there are things like the Dark Dwarves and the Drow. Both seek slaves from above the Underdark.
Alright. I'm gonna make my way over there, see if I can investigate. So that's when I leave. Because at this point,
Alright, I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you. So yeah, I leave the city, making my way over to Xylax.
Are you telling him where you're going, or?
I'm telling you.
Yeah, but are you telling anyone in the guild where you're going, or just?
Yeah, that's actually a good idea. Okay, so I go back to the guild. I told you I was like, hey, I'll be in Xylax for a couple of days, I hope. I'll be back.
Okay.
And I make my way on over to...
So you leave the city and start heading north.
Yeah.
So, I mean, are you going to do anything about this when you hear the news?
Well,
that
I told
he's
him,
left his
didn't I?
ex. Well, when he tells you.
Seeing I was paying attention. No.
He's going to Xylax to apparently find out about this half-elven girl who was taken, allegedly, from a tavern room.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see how he approaches the deal.
Alright.
You're still sitting in front, waiting for the pixie to do something.
No, actually, I'm laying on the bed.
Oh, so you're not waiting for the pixie to do something?
No.
The pixie has not done anything, by the way.
meditating.
Oh, that's true.
You were meditating.
I am waiting though for the pixie to do something.
The pixie has not done anything, and it's been a few hours.
I'm just gonna drop by his room. He's like, hey man, going to Xylax. For an investigation of a half-elven girl who's allegedly...
Did he come into the room, by the way?
Yep.
Well,
Well, that's the only way.
I knocked on the door from like the outside. And I was like,
There's a stone wall.
oh, right.
Yeah, sound doesn't travel very well through stone.
Obviously.
And it's dwarven craftsmanship, so there's not a big crack.
Alright, so yeah, I walk in.
I sit up and look at you, crazy. And right over to the pixie.
The pixie does not move.
I put pixie in jar.
Okay.
So, is that in... Oh! Right, because I entered.
Yeah, that's it. Remember when I said, I wonder how he will approach me with this.
I thought you said, I wonder how he'll approach this. I thought I heard you say that.
No, he said me. He said. Well, anyway.
So are you gonna come or not?
Yes, I'm waiting.
Alright, let's get going.
Okay. You make your way up to Xylax. It takes about
By the way, I give the pixie to
2 weeks.
the
Give or
library.
take.
I give the pixie
Actually,
to
it takes about a
the
week.
librarian in a jar, of course.
To Mouse and Edwards.
Yes, because he's the one who probably taking care of this thing.
He will try. Okay. So you make it to Xylax. It is similar in architecture to Voral. However, the city is not built in 3 rings. It is just one massive, almost plateau inside the mountain. Just this massive cavern
Okay.
with the keep rising at the far side.
Right. I'm going to investigate. Well, okay. Go over the description one more time.
So it's like a large plateau inside. And at the far side, it rises up slightly as it goes to meet the wall, and the keep's right there. So you can see the keep actually as you enter the city, but the rest of it's on the same.
I'm going to go straight to the tavern where the struggle happened.
You don't know where that is.
Alright.
You don't know what tavern it was.
Okay. Okay, I'm just going to be sure once. With my friend Nate's D&D, like, we don't have to be that specific.
Welcome to Critical 20.
I gotta get used to that. Okay, I'm gonna ask the guard, one of the guards, if they know where it is.
No.
So you go over and talk to one of the guards. It's like, yes, that's happened a month ago or so, I believe.
Do you know where the tavern is?
I believe it was the Drunken Spirit.
Alright, can you point me in the direction of it?
He gives you the directions, mostly vague directions, but
Alright, thank you for your time. Alright, so I make my way over there.
okay. And you do find the tavern.
Thank you. I open the door. I go immediately to the innkeeper. Hey, dear side, I heard about the struggle that happened a month ago with that half-elven girl. Do you mind if I see the room?
No, I don't. We haven't done anything with it as the king instructed. We did not want any racial problems. So.
Alright. I'm going to try and persuade him to let me in.
No, he already said he would.
Oh.
You asked the question that nobody ever gets the answer to. Do you mind?
Do you...
Because the answer is always reversed of what you expect it to.
Yeah, sorry. I keep mishearing things, okay?
Yeah. But honestly, that is the stupidest question in the English language. Do you mind? It's the worst question. Because whether you say yes or no, the person's going to take it as if you...
Okay.
As if you... Whatever.
Can I? Or may I?
He already said yes. You don't have to ask again.
He's like...
He said yes in a no way. Because of do you mind. But yes.
Alright.
So he leads you up the stairs to actually the third floor of the tavern. And opens one of the doors. And the room inside is actually dark.
Alright. Obviously it's dark, otherwise I can't see where I can put a torch down.
Yes.
I'm going to pull out my sunblade.
Okay.
When God... No. That's not it.
Lumos Solaris!
Lumos!
It would be Lumos Solaris, though, because it's sunlight. Lumos Solaris!
Oh, sorry, I forgot that the spells are derived from Latin.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Lumos Solaris.
Which it was really
That
cool
could be
when I
the
found
command word if you wanted to.
it. Lumos Solaris! Okay.
This sword comes up. And there is stuff scattered across the floor.
Blood everywhere. I'm just kidding.
There's actually not any blood that you can see just from the first glance.
Derek, you see this? This is the dice. Remember it?
Yes.
Okay, I'm happy.
Okay.
I didn't throw it at him, so I'm good.
Yeah, I know.
Is that even on the board?
Okay.
No, I took it off the board because I'm not using experience anymore.
Oh.
Make me pissed off enough, I'll make you lose a level.
I'm gonna do
No, I need to make
the investigation.
It
I'm gonna do an investigation.
Okay.
What's happened?
So I entered in the tavern. I went to the room.
And you would probably be with him.
Yes. And
Yeah, you were with
and
me. And I pulled out my sunblade so I could see, and I'm gonna do an investigation roll.
He has a magic sword.
13.
You're looking around. It looks like, from what you can deduce, it looked like it almost happened at the night. Like, some of the, blankets are, half on the floor, so it looks like she was almost removed from her bed. And it looks like,
Sorry, I'm cold.
and there's just stuff just scattered across the room,
Okay.
almost like it was purposefully scattered.
There are no claw marks.
No, there are no claw marks.
Alright. I think I'll look for something out of the ordinary, though.
Okay, you can roll another investigation check. Actually, roll a perception check.
Ah, dang. Okay.
Since you already rolled an investigation
5.
check. You do notice that, like I said before, the room is absolutely just completely messed up. Like, and you do see like a pack over in the far side of the room, but it has been almost emptied onto the floor.
I'm gonna... A pack of what?
Just like a basic pack. Like,
Oh,
just a pack.
Alright, I understand.
Like a backpack, except a pack.
Yeah, I thought you meant like a pack of candy or something.
No, it's just a pack.
I'm gonna walk over to it. And yeah, I'm just gonna walk over to it, see what I find in it.
There does appear to be a journal of sorts, a few articles of clothing,
Jargo's clothing, I'm not interested.
other than that, not much is left in the pack.
So she was dragged out of bed. Well, it appeared to be that she was dragged out of bed. So
From what you can tell.
I'm gonna read the journal just in case. Okay, so I obviously
Okay.
took the
So you take the journal, you flip through it, you find the last entry. It just talks about the city. It doesn't say anything in particular.
There's no cry for help.
There's no cry for help in the journal.
No. That was another joke. So, okay, I put the stuff down. I'm gonna go back and talk to the innkeeper.
I'm surprised that Ammon hasn't asked to make an investigation roll or anything.
Because he kind of gave down the rundown, right?
But did he see everything?
Yeah.
No, I shouldn't take the didn't.
You do.
I might as well roll.
Yeah, please.
You will never know if he saw everything unless you roll higher than him.
You got a 13.
I
Significantly.
got a 5.
Actually, not too much. What did you just roll?
A
3.
You don't really see much either, but you can also roll a perception check if you want. I'd recommend doing
Oh,
it with
it's
a
a
different
perception
dice.
check.
Oh, that's better.
Because technically you were supposed to roll a perception check. I said
I believe-
investigation by accident.
Yeah,
So.
13 for investigation,
11.
5 for the.
I do notice there is there's a candle on the ground, slightly melted. Looked like it was actually being used at the time. And the candlestick is in a completely different place. And from the light of this blade, you do notice that it has a shimmer of red on it.
What?
From what you can tell, yes.
Crap.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to talk to the innkeeper.
Okay. Actually, he's technically with you because he showed you to the room. But
Okay.
Well, how does he react?
he's seen this room before. He's not surprised.
So.
He's
No,
the
how
one.
does- how-
He's the one who originally checked the room.
How does he react to the blood?
He's already seen the blood.
Is there anything removed from the scene? Did the guards come by and remove anything from the scene?
The guards came by to check it, but I don't believe they took anything by orders of the king.
How long, like, when did you check? How long after?
It had been 2 weeks since we saw her.
And you didn't think of the checkup on her earlier?
We didn't really notice that she was gone until it had been a while. We thought she was just off doing something, but
Is this the first time this has happened?
yes, from what we know.
From what you know. Okay.
What was the girl's name? You must have
Yeah,
A log.
documentation.
Oh yes, I do. And he's gonna pull it out, and I'm gonna pull out my thing.
Look up the name of fantasy name generator.
No, it's actually not. I do not have fantasy name generator sitting in front of me.
Alright.
He flips a few pages, and it's like, her name was Lenia.
And last one.
She never said.
I want to go and investigate that mine. Was it a mine?
Yes, it was a mine.
Yeah, I want to go and investigate the entrance to the mine. So I asked him, do you know where the entrance to the mine is?
Of course, it's on the northeast side of the city, just left of the keep.
Alright. I'm gonna make my way over there. Coming?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
By the way, I will get bored of D&D after a certain amount of time. So.
Yeah. That's why I tried to go out and do something.
So, you make your way to the mine.
That's what
There are
going guns blazing.
some dwarves mining. There are a couple guards at the mine.
I go to one of the miners. You there?
That's your door.
Yes. What do you want?
What? I was wondering, have you ever heard any strange noises coming from deeper in the mine?
Yes.
Can you make a representation of that sound or impression?
Mostly just scratching and things like that.
Scratch.
He scratches his pick on the wall to demonstrate.
Thanks for the demonstration, I guess. Alright. Who is your supervisor?
That would be, again, my notes. That would be Amos.
Alright. Do you know where I can find him?
Probably up there. And he points at a small, blocky-ish building up near the top of the mine.
Okay. So I make my way on over. Why don't you talk to the rest of the miners? Or at least the guards. So I go up to him, I talk to him like, do you know how long do you know the first time you heard any strange noises?
It was 2.5 months ago.
Send anybody out there for investigation?
Not in particular. We did have some miners.
And when you guess I think they never came back.
No, they came back, just... The mines were not whole.
Excuse me?
They could not speak, they always seemed afraid.
So they went in and they came out like they were just horrified. They were just horrified.
Yes.
Right. And, okay, can you tell me?
Can I show you something? Sure. Okay. When you said you there to a dwarf, you just turn an accent. This is kind of the same sound.
You there!
Yeah, exactly. This is what I heard. You there. Like, do the exact thing from World of Warcraft an NPC says.
You there!
You there?
Yeah. They're like, I was like, wow. I was like, wow, you actually got this.
Wow, World of Warcraft.
Hey, shut up. I love it still.
Blizzard is amazing.
Thank you.
Heroes of the Storm's pretty good.
Overwatch, baby.
Yeah, they have Overwatch characters in Heroes of the Storm.
I know that.
I personally prefer Varian though.
Okay. Crap, I lost my track. I lost what I was gonna say. Okay. So they weren't physically harmed.
Not that we could tell.
I can't speak. How are they doing right now?
We sent them with a caravan to go seek help in Alaria because it was beyond our we couldn't understand it. Magic's medicine, nothing worked.
Alright, so... Okay, so they weren't physically harmed. But I don't think it will happen. I don't think that's gonna happen to me when I get down there. If I go down there, that is. Maybe I won't be harmed.
If you're going down there, it's your own death you're sealing.
Don't tell me what can and cannot be my fate. I'm going down there.
Alright, but I warned you.
Obviously, I don't go down there immediately. I'm gonna head on over to the marketplace or to the library to look up a book on beasts to see if I can find any of the effects victims have.
They do have a couple bestiaries about the Underdark. Dwarves are fairly familiar with the Underdark. The closest thing you can find is the powers of the arcanically cursed mind flayers.
Okay. That one.
And their intellect devourer friends.
Oh. Oh. Do they have any weakness?
Not that you are aware of.
And I'm gonna guess that there are no experts.
For visual representation, that's an intellect devourer.
Whoa.
It's really cool.
It's kind of like one of those. I can't remember.
It's a brain on legs.
Yep. I was thinking of like that. Those things from Half-Life.
And when I say mind flayer, think of a less terrifying version of Cthulhu.
No, mini Cthulhu.
Much less terrifying, much
less
smaller
terrifying.
version of Cthulhu.
Is that interesting?
That's what they look like.
Alright.
And you can't tell me otherwise, because that's exactly what they look like.
Okay, calm down.
I was talking to the camera.
Cool. Alright. I'm gonna go to an alchemist. Oh. I asked the locals, I'm passing by local. Excuse me, do you know where I can find an alchemist? Is there any alchemist?
Is there an alchemist? Silax. What?
I should be an alchemist, kind of, right?
Technically, you are kind of an alchemist, yes.
Yes, go look for an alchemist. I'm not coming to me. Gotcha.
But where will we find one?
Where will we ever find an alchemist? There are a few people who practice alchemy in the city, but not any people who who have like a shop to sell their.
There's like literally nowhere for that. It's annoying.
You're in a dwarven city. Where are they supposed to get the stuff for alchemy?
Really?
Like the mushrooms from under the ground, the hooves of the goats that roam on the mountains.
What do my sticks of incense do?
Incense smells good when it's burned. It's like a candle that smells good when it's burned. It's usually used in religious rituals.
Okay, I understand that, but so it just doesn't do anything to help.
No. It's not powerful or special in any way other than it smells good.
It can also wake people up, right?
That's smelling salts you're thinking of.
Oh.
Incense might be able to do that, but smelling salts would work better.
I'm gonna hold off on going down there.
Okay.
Maybe next time. Hopefully next time.
Well, if you want, you can start going down there. We can find a good place to leave off.
That's a good idea. Alright, I'll head down there then.
Okay.
So,
I assume you go with him, Ammon?
Yes.
So you make your way down the mines, down where some of the miners will tell you the scratching was originally coming from. And after a while, you start to hear it. It's almost rhythmic. Just like scratching and tapping. It almost is like a Morse code kind of thing.
Oh, I get it. I see where you're going by now. I know what you're using. Come on, I should know this. Right?
If you've read the same books I
Yes,
have,
we
maybe.
have. We've read it.
okay,
Tick, scratch, and click. Right?
Yeah. Okay.
That's the
So-
first chapter book I've actually read.
I'm actually kind of impressed that you knew that.
Yeah, that was interesting. Oh, come on. I love that code. That was a good code.
That was a good code. I enjoyed that too. Okay, so you
I pull out my sunblade. Is it? Yeah.
you follow from the light of your sunblade. You follow this tunnel down, and you find this cavern.
Help me, I've been bored to death.
Absolutely enormous. Probably about 200 feet wide and about 600 feet long. About 100 feet tall, with red gems glowing on the very edges of this cavern. Similar to like redstone.
Dang it.
So it is hard to actually extract from the rock itself.
Hopefully you get rubies.
They're not
Yeah,
rubies.
that's what I
Rubies
thought.
don't glow. So you can see the faint outline of this cavern, and it is enormous.
Question about my sunblade. When I swing it, does light like come out of the blade? Like, does it?
No, it's not like the Blood Skull blade.
Man can train.
A man can dream, but it's not.
Okay, look at I asked. Okay. I'm gonna continue making my way down there.
Okay. So you're following this cavern. You can see an exit to the cavern at the far side.
Yeah.
Roll a perception check with disadvantage,
Both of us?
if you wish.
Okay.
9. So,
Dang it. 5.
yeah. 9.
Neither of you notice anything. You keep walking towards the far side of the cavern.
Do we roll again?
So you get to about 50 feet away from this exit. You can roll again.
8.
12.
This is disadvantage, right? Still?
Yes.
Yeah.
So 10.
It's 8.
You see just faintly, barely visible, illuminated by the glow of the red dust. In the middle of this hallway stands a humanoid figure,
Oh no.
and you hear a voice in your minds. Why have you come here?
Now you, the girl.
No response.
Oh boy. Well, we're here to look for a girl. If you must know. If you happen to see one, why don't you just tell us? We'll be on our way.
She is below. All master wished for her.
Why?
You hear almost this chuckle in your mind.
Oh, I think I know where you're getting this one from, actually.
I know where I'm pulling it from, and you probably do too.
Is it ISO?
Remind me, what does
No.
what does insight do again?
To tell if someone's lying.
It's over for ISO when you go to the temple the first time is enough.
Yeah, no.
Useful.
Okay. Alright. Okay, I'm gonna ask her again. Why does your master want her?
The elder brain needs new life.
Ah, great.
If you want, you can roll a history check. I'm gonna call it history. Because I can't
21.
think of anything better.
Are you kidding? Yeah. That
Maybe you need
was...
a new dice.
So, the elder brain is something only in one culture of one specific kind of creature in the entire multiverse.
Okay.
They are known as the Illithid, and or the Mind Flayers.
Okay.
Let's do this.
Explosions.
Can I make a perception roll to see if there's anything around me? Again.
You can look around you, yes.
So no perception.
Well, you don't have to roll perception. So you look around, and your blade brightens a little bit, and you can see this figure in the tunnel, wearing black robes and a breastplate, with like purple skin on its head and like clawed hands with like tentacles where its mouth should be.
So this is the mini Cthulhu.
It is. It's a mini Cthulhu.
Yeah. Awesome.
It has like 4 tentacles, and it just looks at you.
And I get like really, really mad because doesn't like Hextor banish him?
Oh yeah, good point.
So
I didn't
pull
think
out
about that.
No, my sword's already up. I'm like, you better give me one good reason why I shouldn't kill you now.
All right. All of a sudden, you hear this screeching noise in your mind. Both of you
Oh no.
roll an intelligence saving throw.
My intelligence is 3.
Oh wait, sorry.
7. Damn it.
19.
19.
You just roll once actually.
Okay.
That was a saving throw.
So, you take 22 points of psychic damage as you just double over, just holding your head. Just the pain from this screeching echoing through your mind.
So, P.
Wait, what?
No. That'd be 28. I'm
It's
at
22. Oh, you're at 28, yes.
Wait, how much damage do I take?
You take none.
Oh, okay. Enjoy
So
that.
after a minute, it stops and just keeps looking at you. Is that reason enough?
Okay, your pool of hit points equal to.
And again, it's not talking to you, it is telepathy.
To attack it?
I'm gonna use lay on hands. Wait, can I use?
You
it on
cannot
myself?
use that on yourself.
Dang it.
Most healing things cannot be used on yourself.
This is stupid.
I will touch myself.
I am healed.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that.
Dang it. Okay. I'm still not impressed.
You see its tentacles just
Is it trying to come towards me because I want to cut?
like, no.
Dang it.
You just, and you again just hear this chuckle in your mind.
But I get even more angry.
You are foolish.
Hector, be my witness. I will slay you if you keep doing that. What you did there?
I'm just like thinking of like the Mind Flayer's tentacles.
Instead, you licked your lip.
Well, I got my tongue.
Yeah, true. What time is it?
It is 9:52.
And why did you slow be about to shut off?
Oh, you're like a game minutes left. Yeah. So, what would you like to do?
Are you gonna attack it?
Oh boy, I know that if I do, it would be the death of me. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna try to leave at least.
You're just gonna like back up slowly.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, I'll be back.
Just smiles, looks at you, waves its hand, and vanishes.
It's like, okay, let's go.
You didn't notice that? Nope, let's go. But as soon as I leave the cavern, I turn to like, wait, is it the same? Is it the figure we saw before, like in the beginning? Is that the same? Is that mini Cthulhu, or is that a different person? Because in the beginning we saw a figure. Was that?
The figure was the Mind Flayer, yes. It was the elephant.
Okay.
Yes, the mini Cthulhu.
I'll only respond to that.
I have not seen a Cthulhu show.
Look it up.
You don't know what Cthulhu is?
No.
It's a giant octopus monster.
Cthulhu is technically a D&D deity.
I play Terraria. Cthulhu is an eye.
That's the Eye of Cthulhu.
I know.
That's only one eye. That's like saying the Eye of Vecna is Vecna.
Okay, fine then. The twins. How about that?
So I turned
There again, not Cthulhu.
I know it's 2 eyes.
I turned the door on, and I'm like, I need a drink. Because I'm super mad.
Wait, so did you just leave the cavern?
Mm-hmm.
So he just walks out.
Okay, let's go to the tavern then. Yeah.
Okay, so you go to the tavern? Is it the same tavern as before?
Yes.
Drinks on you.
I offered that at the beginning, now you're taking up my offer.
Yep.
6 months later.
It's
Alright.
not 6 months later, it's 3.5, it's 4 months later.
Right.
Alright.
I've heard it both ways.
Can we take that drink?
Yeah.
Okay, how much
Okay.
is the minis?
Yeah.
How much is it
It'll
worth?
be 4 silver for both. So total of 4 silver. Out of character, total of 4
8.
silver.
Yeah.
No,
Total
total,
for 8,
total of
maybe.
4. 2 silver each, total of 4.
Alright.
To life.
To life.
Do you know this one?
Clearly no.
Word passes quickly in the city. Heard you went down into the mines.
Yeah.
Am I gonna roll?
Find anything?
Roll to punch with the face. Shut up, you didn't hear nothing.
No, not that.
Aww.
I'm not something else.
Okay.
And he just like leans in closer. Did you find anything?
Yeah. Got yourselves a new Cthulhu.
Roll
An
high.
alien being or something like that.
Is it?
Yeah. One of those.
That would explain what's been going on with the miners.
What's going on with them? Oh, you mean those? Okay.
Of course, only an illithid could do that.
Oh, good. It was.
Dice just hate you.
Well,
No, actually, I've been rolling high and then I rolled it to you and then I get a 1.
I'm clearly bad luck.
did you learn anything about where?
Well, hey, if you're asking about the girl, apparently she's being used by their leader or master or whatever as a new vessel, I suppose.
Vessel?
Yeah.
I did not know illithid had a leader.
Well, that's the
I
one you
thought-
got on your hands.
That was just. I thought they just used the collective minds of their ancestors to lead them.
Yeah. Well, so
They usually refer to it as the elder brain.
well, that's the problem you got on your hands. I will be back to I just mutter. I will be back to Vanquish.
Yeah, it's all your fault. Enjoy. Yeah, biscuit.
Just see if you can bring her back. Do you need rooms for the night?
Yes, please.
Alright. And he leads you to some rooms. He's not even in charge of.
Cool.
Okay. And you lay down and you let unconsciousness take you. And that is where we are going to wrap up for tonight.
What? I wish I could see what my constitution roll would have been. Can I?
I was
You
picked
can.
on a lot.
Can I see
Everybody
what it
else
would have been?
picked on a lot.
Yeah,
16.
you're fine.
Roll the dice on me, see if you'll get a lower number.
At
Yeah,
least
let's do the low number.
At least he's not frisky for
Dang
once.
it.
Yes.
The only technically married character gets frisky all the time.
Oh.
Or makes mistakes with the
Oh.
Fae.
No, actually, makes mistakes with the nip.
Nymphs are Fae.
Oh,
They are.
okay.
Have you guys ever encountered any Spriggans by chance?
No,
Yes.
no Spriggans.
Technically, yeah, pixies are spring, right?
Pixies are not Spriggans.
They're not. They're definitely not. Okay. So yeah, picked on the lad first. I love this. I'm great. I love getting back into D&D.
Yeah.
So thank you for having me. Can't wait to be here next time.
Okay, so yeah, we're going to wrap up for tonight. We will see you all next week, and once again, we have the D20 ring. Once again, we only have one entry, so if anyone at all wants to enter, they can. The
Cheers,
email
folks.
address and subject line will be in the description box below, and we will see you all later. And as usual, Kalu im Vilar.